that I use as my engine. Oop, you started to screen share. And
I know, I realized I wasn't recording, so I had to stop and press record.
He's actually given me completely free access to it. We had a really big call. And he's always been someone who's been hard to pin down for affiliate relationships, but he sort of jumped on and he was super excited and offered me a 20% affiliate arrangement if I sell it to other accountants. So I have the first lot of accountants interested because they're Joe Formosa's accountants. So that's really cool. And I've got Joe ready to give me a testimonial, and I just want to know what do we need to have in it, like what's going to sell. So because she said she'll give me whatever I want. So
good. Nice. Okay, great. Cool. Yes, that's a good question. All right. I saw you sent me your landing page through. The reason I didn't send feedback through was because I opened it and looked at it, and there was quite a bit of feedback I wanted to give, and I thought it's going to be better if you wait and see like me going through how to do landing pages, because then I think you're going to want to just kind of redo some of yours anyway.
I saw that it was landing page week, so I just
landing page week. You guys are all ahead. You're all ahead, which is awesome. But you've got some great content in there already. So we'll use it as an example when we come to it. But I'm going to show you some really good examples on how to do it first of all, and then we'll come and have a look at yours.
Sure. And I actually, I think I'm just kind of trying to get as much done as I can before we go to Crystal Circle Conference.
Yes, quite right.
And so that's going to be so that's just our challenge is just time really at this point in time, but that's okay, we're getting there.
Well, when you figure that one out, let me know how that works out. All right, awesome. And Vicky. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm really good.
Do you want me to say something?
Yeah, definitely.
I've had a change of plan. I've updated my slides and everything.
All right, good. We'll have a look at those.
I had a good look at everything. Spoke to my two partners about it as well. And what we'd rather do, instead of going to South Africa, is do a European adventure first.
Great.
Because it's places we've been, places we feel familiar with. It's not so far out of our personal comfort zone.
Yeah.
Which means that we can be more on point with our...
All right, we'll take a look at those slides. Cool.
So I was looking as well at Trip Tribes. They actually did an interview with the wellpreneur, Amanda Cook. and they organize retreats and adventures and things. And they said that you need a 6-month lead-in time.
Okay. In
order to get people booked in. So because of that, then I planned for June to have our launch date.
Okay.
That seems like it gives us 6 months to actually get people to book on, and also the weather's a bit better then in Portugal.
Okay.
And because we're going to go mountain trekking in the Alps, in the Dolomites in Italy, but I don't want to do it in the snow because
no. All right, we'll take a look at that. And your questions for today?
Really, with people with frostbite. So what are my questions? Can you scroll down?
I'm on it. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Complete new product.
Right. Yeah,
how to work on my pricing so it's attractive, but we're still getting paid. How to get clients as a startup performance consultancy in order to build trust in us, which feeds into great big adventures. All right, got it.
And because we've also got, my daughter and I are also starting up Flow Forward, which is our consultancy. And we've got people come on board now who want us to train them at very, very low cost. Well, just at cost price, so that we can start building up case studies. So it's more like how to build up that business and whether to build that up to then feed into great big adventures. So there we go.
All right.
And also I put together a package as well.
All right. I'll take a look at that. Awesome. All right. Well, if you want to put any packages in the submissions, and I can click those open. All right. Roosmarijn.
Yes. Good morning.
Goedemorgen.
Goedemorgen. Wow. Impressed.
Thank you.
Yes, my highlight is that I have my first Talent Dynamics Accelerator.
Wow.
So
I heard that actually. A little bit told me this week, so it was good. I think you must have mentioned it to Tracy because she told me. We were like, woo! Yeah. So how did that come about?
Oh well, but I already made the offer last month to this client, and she needed to get it through this board, and the board agreed upon it. So I have sold something I haven't made yet, like I always do. So
That's
now
how it should work. Exactly.
So they're going to be my guinea pigs, and I'm getting to get paid for it. So that's good. I've been working on my slide deck too. So it's finished now, I think. I have the 2 avatars that I have some questions about, and I finished my new website.
Right. Can you put your website link on here for me?
Yes, I will. Yes.
I can open that up and have a look at it. All right. There's only a few of us today. Well, okay. You guys are going to get lots of extra time. So well done for you for being here. So the way we're going to split today up then is, and as people join, maybe Tracy, you can just let me know as people are joining in case I've missed anybody, but they can obviously go in and put their questions in here as well. The way we're going to go is we're going to start today by going and looking at Vicky and Rosemarine's updated slides, because I want to just check where you're at with your promotion first of all to make sure we're heading in the right direction. So we'll do that first of all. Then I'm going to go on to landing pages, and I want to share with you the premise behind landing pages and what makes for a compelling landing page based on your slide deck. So how you go from the slide deck that you created with your problem, your solution, and your compelling offer into turning that into a landing page. And I'm going to show you some really good examples. And I'm going to show you some live examples of some promotions I'm running at the moment and how that's panning out as well, because I had a really good example with the Genius Educator certification, which I mentioned to you guys last week. And I'll show you some others in progress. Then I'm going to show you how I do my mailing copy, how I actually pull together my mailers. And I'm going to show you like in the most complicated way for a ginormous network like ours, but I'm going to show you like the way that I do it so you can see the thinking behind the way that I structure all the mailer copy and what goes in there and what works and what doesn't work and how I track that as well. And then we're going to talk about the flight deck because you guys are going to complete your flight deck for next week as well. So we've got a lot to cover through today, and we're going to take all your questions obviously as we go. So let's start with the slide deck, which is this one. And let's start with Vicky first of all. What color are your slides, Vicky? Whoa, there's some funky new slides.
Underneath Phil's. I know they're lovely, aren't they? They're blue. Mine are blue, and they're underneath his.
Do you know what number your slide starts at? Is that yours there?
Higher up. There. It's under the yellow one.
All right. So, summary. Take our first group of participants on our inaugural European adventure in June, combining a 10-day conscious leadership training with adventure travel from Lisbon to Venice via the Alentejo and the Italian Alps. We'll also be offering a post-adventure 2-day performance consultancy training and 3 months one-to-one coaching package and a free lifetime membership of the Great Big Adventures community. 15 participants at 6,000 each, generating 9,000 revenue. Okay. So you're still going for quite a high number of people then. All right.
Well,
our market.
I've got trainers who are doing the training, and they're quite used to doing leadership training. Also, okay. We thought if we have 15,
you've got more of a lead in time. Okay. All right.
And also it gives us more. There's more of a community feeling, isn't there?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I mean, I think you can take any group of people and create a community feeling, but you're giving yourself a longer lead in, so that's okay. Persons of influence who have a deep desire for something more and to lead an inspiring enterprise, which makes a difference. Our market is the rapidly growing number of entrepreneurs in the world, which has grown from 300 million in 2010 to over 600 million and a projected billion. It's also high-level managers and corporate leaders. Disenchanted Donna and disillusioned Dan. Wow. They're wealthy, successful, and at the top of their game, but feel empty. Their lives lack meaning. They seek to find their way to contribute to the world and leave a long-lasting legacy of positive impact. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think that's one avatar. I don't think that's your only avatar. I definitely would have some chirpy, cheerful people as well. I don't think you should just be aiming for people who are like really disenchanted and disillusioned. So I definitely would look for some people who are chirpy and happy. But I mean, you don't have to be disillusioned and disenchanted to be wealthy, successful at the top of your game, but feel that your life lacks meaning. You could still be really super happy, right? But just know that something's missing. And I think there's quite a few people at that blue level, people who've gone from green to blue. Mm-hmm. Because what happens when you go from green to blue is whilst you get all your money, all of a sudden you actually lose your connection. Mm-hmm. And that's actually the thing that makes people at blue level the most sad when they get to blue level, because they're like, wow, I made all my money. Woo. I've lost all my connection. Because at green level, you're very connected. You've got your team. You're managing everything. You're managing multiple promotions, multiple projects. You're coaching and mentoring. You get to blue level, all of a sudden it's just you, because now you've got those green people doing all that. And now it's just you floating around with all your money, not sure what to do and where to spend your time. So there's actually a different avatar, which is not about being disenchanted and disillusioned, but it's about like a connection. And actually what you're talking about with this leadership is like how to reconnect, how to get reconnect, not just to the community that come with you, but how can you get replugged into nature? How can you get replugged into your purpose? How can you get replugged into something that's more inspiring? So
and replugged into spirit as well. So it's
exactly.
about helping people to increase their emotional and their spiritual intelligence.
Yeah.
Which then
so I definitely would have those other avatars in there as well, not just make them all
it's
disenchanted.
Disconnected Donna and disconnected Dan, as opposed to disenchanted and disillusioned.
Well, you could call them that, or you could say Blue Dan, and you could just say Blue Dan is wealthy, successful, at the top of his game. He's just sold out his company, or he's just, been really successful. But now he's realized he's missing that lack of connection. He's missing that sense of purpose. Because when you talk about your avatars, disenchanted Donna and disillusioned Dan, that's where your marketing comes from. And that's not going to speak to everyone. In fact, people don't want to think of themselves as disenchanted and disillusioned, but they do want to think of themselves as wealthy, successful, but lacking connection. Like that makes them say, yeah. So be careful when you're naming your avatar, because there's something very powerful in the universe about you putting this down. This is like your personal vision. When you name your avatar, that's the person who's going to get attracted to you. So be really mindful, even though like you're being maybe funny, or like be really serious about the names of your avatar and the descriptions of them as well.
Okay.
Well, but definitely you're now looking for those blue level people. And I think, there's quite a few people out there who are doing stuff, like people like Hilda Lunderstadt's doing stuff like that. Fiona May, like they're at the blue level, and they're actually using this as a way to get reconnected with other people at blue level as well.
Hilda, what's her name? Lunderstadt.
Hilda Lunderstadt and Fiona May. So maybe Tracy, you could just post their links on the Facebook thread for me, if you could just post their link.
Yeah.
So wealthy, successful people at the top of their game, they've reached the top only to find that there's nothing of meaning there. They feel empty, cheated, and that they've wasted their best years in the pursuit of an ultimately worthless existence. Oh my God. Okay, so I think this is pretty harsh.
Okay.
So I'd reword that just based on the same feedback I gave about your avatar, right? Because what happens is, like, these are the people you start looking for, and no one wants to say that they're empty, cheated, and they've wasted the best years of their life in pursuit of an ultimately worthless existence. But people might say to you, do you know what? I made all this money. I had this amazing time. I worked super hard on my business. Now I feel like there's something missing. They might say that to you, right? I feel like there's something missing. I feel like I don't have the same level of connection I used to. I feel like there's a bigger purpose I could connect into. I feel like I can now make a bigger difference in the world. I'm just not super sure how to do that. So that's what they'd be saying, rather than I feel cheated and I've wasted my life.
Well, I had a really good discussion actually with my sister, who's a life coach, a personal life coach at the highest level. She works with people who are at blue level, and she was telling me like how they feel emotionally. So I think that all fed into my avatar.
Yeah, and that's okay. But it's like saying to someone,
do you feel empty, cheated, and that you've wasted your best?
No, exactly right. And when you put that in your marketing, they're going to go no, and they're going to turn off from even reading your website. Yeah. And this is building into your marketing. So imagine that you are sharing this slide deck with your clients. You wouldn't want to put that in your slide deck. I know that you're using it to get your head around it, and you're definitely getting your head around it. But you want to just think like how they might be feeling when they're reading it. Q4 inaugural European adventure. The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. Yeah. The adventure will be an exciting and focused traveling conscious leadership training. They will travel to some of the most powerful places on this incredible planet, meet with influential community, spiritual and business leaders to hear their stories, share experience. That's cool. They'll challenge themselves physically through specially tailored activities, and also have the amazing opportunity to give some of their time to help out in inspiring local projects. They'll be supported and encouraged by a highly qualified and capable team. They'll reconnect with their true nature and higher purpose and put an action plan in place. We will then help them to implement this through training their team on one-to-one coaching. They will stay connected and on focus. Wow, who likes the sound of that? Yeah, I do. I really like the sound of that. I think that's the best slide so far.
Thank you.
Compelling offer. Join us on our inaugural European adventure package and learn how to live an inspired life which inspires others. You'll travel to some of the most powerful places in Portugal. You'll challenge yourself physically through specially tailored activities, and you'll have the amazing opportunity to give some of your time to help out. You'll be supported and encouraged. This sounds kind of similar to the previous slide, but just talking about you instead of them. Mm-hmm. You'll reconnect with your vision and higher purpose, and following your return will help you to implement. Yeah, okay. Sounds like a repeat of the previous one, which I definitely liked. The compelling offer is, why would somebody want to book right now? Why would they want to do this now instead of saying, I'll come next year? So what is so compelling that they go, whoa, I got to do this? And this is about it being the inaugural journey. It is about this being a pilot group of, your founding members of the Great Big Adventures community. It is about having a chance to not only do that, but also get the talent dynamics effect. By the way, I would do the talent dynamics bit up front rather than afterwards. I would get people already understanding about flow. I'd get them already understanding about their profiles. I'd get their team already in flow. That's going to make them super excited. That would be the bonus that they get now for paying rather than waiting till June. So if you really wanted to make it compelling, you could say for the people who book up in Q4, we're actually running these programs between January and March. We're going to come to your team. We're going to do this whole thing. So you're going to get this full training, which most people would pay the $6,000 just to get the training. We're going to do that. So basically you're getting all that for free because you're coming on our inaugural tour. And then we're going to keep your team connected, and your team are actually going to follow your story. So you can have your personal blog where they're all following your story and your adventure, and they're feeling like they're part of it. And you could create some way where the team actually are part of this story, whether you use virtual reality goggles or something when they're there, but there's like this whole story of learning that the leader gets to share with their team.
That's amazing.
But I definitely, I do it up front.
2 days training into 1 day up front.
Well, you can still do this 2 days. You can still do the 2 day training.
And then we do a day afterwards where we actually go and the idea is to take their action plan that they put in place when they've been away with us.
Yeah. I would definitely do that, but I would do it up front. I would do the talent dynamics up front because that's the compelling offer. That's why people are going to book now instead of saying, oh, well, I'm really interested in that. So if I'm free in June, I'll think about coming. It's like, no, you've got to book in Q4 because whoever books in Q4, we've got these 5 dates, these 6 dates we're planning. And now you've got your first 6 people booking in and you're running, and now you're doing your talent dynamics. Yeah. Plus those people, when they get the talent dynamics in Q1, can buy more talent dynamics for the rest of their company. So you could actually on-sell them more product from the talent dynamics side as well. So I think that way it grows both promotions, but it gives people something and some compelling reason. Because at the moment, this slide is just a repeat of the previous one, which I really liked. Okay. But this is the why would I buy right now? Right. Why should I do this now instead of next year? It's like, I'll come on one of your big adventures, Vicky, but I'll do it in 2019 because I'm kind of busy, in June. But it's like, oh my God, have to come.
In September, we're doing one in Australia. So we're going to be going to the outback, and then we're going to go up to the rainforest as well. All right. And we've got someone who's coming who does survival skills in the bush.
All right. Well, let's focus on just this one right now. Yeah.
So that'll be more expensive. So I can market that, but that'll be at the full price, whereas this one will be at a unique, very cheap price.
But let's just focus on this one because remember, one promotion per quarter. And you want to just fill this one rather than the September one. Otherwise, if you're trying to fill 2 retreats that are high price, you're going to get a couple of people on each and you won't fill either of them. So you just fill one. You get one full until you've made all your money. Then you move on to your next promotion in Q1. All right. Okay, fine. And then Q1 is about the promotion for September, but it's also about the delivery of the talent dynamics. So you've got those 2 things to do in Q1, but we want to fill this. Well, I mean, I know you're giving yourself 6 months to fill this retreat, but you don't want to overlap the 2 promotions.
So when you do the talent dynamics, do you do it as 2 days or 1 day?
Well, that's up to you. Whatever you want.
When we trained, they said it was 1 day.
You can do whatever you want to. You can do half day. You can do 1 day. You can do 2 days.
Okay. Fine. All right,
the more you do, the more value they get. I mean, if you price each day and say it's a $5,000 day value, it's like you can get 2 days at $10,000 and you're only paying $6,000 to come on the retreat. It's like you're basically getting your retreat for free. Yeah, and you can market it. You can market it in 2 different ways. You can go to a company and say, you can market one landing page, which is for the company that wants to buy the talent dynamics and gets a free inaugural Great Big Adventure. And then you can market to someone else and say, come to the Great Big Adventure and get a free talent dynamics. Now you've got 2 different avatars that you're marketing. One is the company that then just sees the benefit in getting the free adventure. And then the other is the adventurer who sees the benefit in getting the free talent dynamics. So you could do that as well. Inaugural European adventure. So okay, we've got our team here. Awesome. So that's coming together nicely as well. And $90,000 revenue. Okay, 30,000 profit. That's okay. That's good. I mean, you weren't expecting it to be super high.
Well, the majority of our profit actually comes from the performance consultancy bit, because at the price of $6,000, we're actually not making that much money on the adventure itself, because it is quite low price. Because it's
you're giving the performance consultancy bit for free, right? That's the bonus. So how's that?
We're giving that for free, but well, I put together a whole package price, but I think it is quite cheap.
So have you worked out the 90,000? How's that been worked out?
This is it was 6,000 each. So it was
6,000 times 15.
Yeah, so it
90,000. But it says you're making 30,000 in profit. So is that still on the 90,000?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, I've got to. I've been trying to research prices and everything. It's a bit of a nightmare, but
okay. I mean, 30% is quite low, but for this first event, considering like you're trying to keep it really low price to market it and get the testimonials, at least it's still making a 30% profit. So I think that's okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
12-month program, which includes 3 adventure. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing that you can do, right? Is when someone actually gets there in June and has such an amazing experience, plus they've had the talent dynamics, you then on-sell them into the 12-month coaching. That's when you actually sell your back-end revenue that you build into your promotion, which makes that a really exciting. Right now, I'd love you to just make that 90,000 and just focus on getting the right people. And then, of course, I can show you how to do the back-end sales when you're on the adventure as well.
Great, thank you.
Collect your case studies, definitely. Set up online company. Yeah, definitely. And you want to, when we're going to do a whole session on community building, but you'll want to have one community which is open for anyone who's interested in great big adventures, and then one that's closed for the people coming on the adventure.
Okay.
12-month leadership program. Yeah, of course. Awesome. This is looking way better. Cut down event costs. That looks like one of ours. A strong team, but that's okay. And then your model. So we haven't put this model in yet.
I haven't got a clue how to do this.
Okay, so this is about what's the pathways to actually finding your people. So what's your best thinking about the way that you're going to find these people right now?
I am feeling very clueless on this.
So if I said to you, you had to go out and find 15 people, like where would you go and start to do that?
Okay, I talk to people I know.
Okay, so that's one pathway.
Yeah,
Immediate
and then
network.
My sister's a life coach for my avatar, that sort of people. So through her.
Partners. Okay.
Partners.
You can be typing on here and doing this at the same time, so you're capturing this, by the way. So you can have partners, you can have immediate database.
Can I fill that in? No, I can't. I'll do it later.
Yeah.
So partners. Now, one of my business partner in this, Lawrence, is also one of our trainers. He runs Raw Energy, and so
that's partners.
He has got people who. That's
still partners. So you've got partners as one strategy. Your own database is another. What else do you think you could do? Do you think you should have an online promotion?
I should do something online. I don't know how to do that.
That's okay. We're going to show you how to do that, but you should definitely have that.
I'm a complete novice at all of this. And then I thought through the people that we do performance consultancy with. So
with your existing clients?
Yeah, but we haven't got any of those yet. Well, we have, but they haven't got any money, so they're
so that's not a pathway then.
No.
If you already know they haven't got any money, they're definitely not potential clients.
And they're not at blue level.
No. Okay. What else? Where do you think those people would be hanging out, and what do you think they'll be doing?
Where would they be hanging out?
Do you think that there'd be events that they'd be going to?
Yeah.
Have you ever done any speaking gigs?
No.
No? Okay. Is that something you might want to consider doing?
I have been asked to speak at property events.
Yeah. Do you think there'll be blue level people there?
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing about property events, isn't it? That people have made a lot of money doing other things. Yeah. And so that can then feed into
events.
Performance consultancy in their business. Okay. So I mean,
do you think you could run some great big adventure events, which would be a mixture of talent dynamics and understanding how to be an adventurer? Like, what does it take to be an adventurer, and what's the purpose of being an adventurer, and why would you want to actually have a purposeful adventure? Do you think you could do some workshops like that yourself?
Yes, but I don't know how to promote those. So it's like the chicken and the egg, isn't it?
I know you don't know how to do them, but do you think if you did know how to do them, you could run some?
Yeah.
All right, so let's put that as a strategy.
And I can also, I mean, I've been asked to speak at the PIN meetings.
So let's put that as a strategy. I know you don't have to do these things right now, but you know that those are strategies that work. And what we're going to do today is we're going to put numbers against each of those strategies. So you're going to actually set yourself some targets, and you're going to get to a place where you're like, oh my God, I'm going to have to do this now because I said I was going to get 5 of my sales through this strategy and I haven't made any of them. So now I've got to learn this strategy. Michelle, you have to help me.
Okay.
All right. So, And then on milestones, we've got October research costings, build website, LinkedIn profiles, Facebook pages. So LinkedIn profiles and Facebook pages, it comes under social media. So that's like one milestone. Okay. So launch social media. Team recruitment and training, run 3 practice trainings, learn how to do health dynamics debriefs. Why do you need to do health dynamics debriefs for the great big adventures?
It'd be really good to be able to look at their physical fitness as well.
Could you not just get Joe to do it for you?
Well, I have spoken to Joan, and she's very keen because she's interested as well working sumo salad, which is.
Could you just not get her to do it? I don't want you to be taking on stuff that isn't really relevant to your promotion. I don't know what sumo salad mastermind training is. I don't know how that fits into this promotion. What is that?
It's just everything.
That's just something random. This isn't just your shopping list. This isn't your shopping list. No, don't put your Tesco shopping list in here.
Everything.
This is, no, take all that off. This is your milestones just for this promotion. I don't want to see your shopping list on here and like the fact you need to wallpaper your bedroom. Like literally, this is all the stuff that is just to do with Great Big Adventures. So I definitely want to see that you've got your landing page. I want to see like when are you going to open up your places for bookings, when you're going to like run your sales calls, what events are you going to do, which workshops. So now you're going to actually schedule in that you're going to do some Great Big Adventures workshops, some half-day workshops or some 2 hours. You're going to do some webinars. And I want to see those all scheduled in so I can see when they're happening, even though at this stage you don't know how to do them. And I want to see your milestones right through to June, because June is actually when the event takes place. So you've got a 6-month lead up with this one.
There's something interesting. There's something important happening next month. This month, actually, in 2 weeks' time. Do you know Martin and Sarah Rapley? They run refurbishment masterclass. Anyway, I'm working with them on improving their business and working out their forward business plan. And I went on their training last weekend, but I've worked out how to construct it into a 2-day training, and also build in myself a slot so that I can go and talk on that about wealth dynamics, talent dynamics, and promote things. Okay. So I think that's something I need to do. So that's happening at the end of this month in a couple of weeks.
All right. Okay, groovy. All right. So big improvement. Well done. All right, Rose Marine, what has changed on your slides? Because I know we didn't have huge things to change here, but we were changing sort of the avatars, weren't we? And the business to business. So
yes,
just talk me through what we've changed here.
Yes, I added Charlie Change. She's the head of HR or marketing, and she's responsible for personal development and change management.
Yeah.
And I added Tech, and that is my my current customer.
Yeah.
And I've and Gaia Guide is those are my new trainers.
Mm-hmm.
And I have.
Is she a customer avatar or is she a trainer?
She's a trainer.
So she doesn't need to be on this slide then. She can go on your partner avatar if you like, but your customers are just people who are going to pay you.
Okay.
All right. So problem, HR managers and team managers need successful team players. They know that their revenues are directly related to high engagement. They're looking for fast ways to rapidly increase engagement scores. They know that the more engaged people are, the happier they are in the workplace, the better their rates. Yeah. And the more revenue they make.
Yeah.
That's their problem as well, is that they know that productivity is directly linked to revenues.
Yeah.
It shows that one talent dynamics program with a team of 10 people generates at least $1 trillion on investment. Here in Holland is new. Improves your trust and flow scores, engagement rates, and accuracy, productivity. Besides, it's a full day of having lots of fun, discovering your personal profile, to have your colleagues map your path to your own genius, understand how you can restructure your team. We help you by tapping into the true talents of each and every person on your team member. Da, 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 da. Yeah. So I would definitely, yeah. I think that's pretty much got it. That's pretty much got it.
Okay.
I've got a new program, a new product I want to test with you guys. I found this amazing tool. This is your pitch. This is what it does. It's going to revise what you do. It's going to add value to what you're already doing. Here are the results. It's a focused 45-minute coaching session. One of the top consultants who will unlock your true potential, and it's free. Map your team tool. Oh, there's a 2-hour taster session where we discuss the outcome of all your tests, all your team members we discover. Yeah, I wouldn't do all the tests of all the team members. A taster session is literally the top team, the people who make the purchasing decisions. Because if you give everyone their profiles, then they don't really need to buy anything else off you.
Yes.
Map your team accelerator. The talent dynamics team acceleration day harnesses the profile of your teams mixed with outline expert. Yeah, very good. I like that.
I was wondering, the Map Your Team tour, I should not post that on the website, should I? That's only when I talk to them and say, hey, I have this special.
I would have it. I would definitely. I'd have that as your pathway.
Yeah.
I'd say here's the pathway. First of all, we do a talent dynamics profile and debrief with you. That's for free. But only do that if you're this, and this, and you're like ready to commit to this. Then if you like that, we're going to do a 2-hour taster session, which is very low price and very easy. And if you find your top team love this, and this is only for executives and those with financial decision-making capabilities, so you make it very clear that that's the avatar of those people. And if you love that 2-hour session, then we'll go ahead and we'll book the whole company in to get the profiles and the program. And if you don't, well, hey, at least your top team have had a good fun 2-hour session and learned something about themselves.
Yeah. Okay.
That's now your pathway. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Map your flow, 3 months times 20 25 TD times 80. Is that the debrief?
Yeah. The orange ones are part of the Map Your Team Q4. The rest is, extra.
So what's the total revenue?
33, I think. It's underneath in the notes box underneath it.
I can't see that. So you want to have it on your slide here.
Okay.
You want to have like what your total revenue is in here so we can see what the financial objectives are. But it says here that the revenue is almost same as a profit. Does that mean you're not making any profit?
No, no, the other way around. It's almost all profit, sorry.
It's almost all profit. That's good. All right, good. We like that. Enroll new program and product to existing geo information specialists. See if we can get from them. Nice. Build a new customer database. Yes. Win a free downloadable ebook. Very good idea. You could take the TDE guide and just rewrite it, like
yes.
Just personalize it. So Tracy, if you want to get a PDF to Rosemary, so she can just have the e-guide and she can just like alter that and put your own stuff on there and put your own pathway in there and link to your own website. You can use that.
Translate it to Dutch, yes.
And translate it. Learn how to enroll new programs and products at existing customers without falling out of flow. Learn how to find new Charlie Change customers, understand their needs and see if we can help them increase. Learn how to build a strong team. All right, good. This is looking better. And you've got existing database, HR colleagues from current customers. Exactly. Facebook, yeah, ebook. So ebook is online strategy as opposed to just ebook. Ebook is one of your online strategies.
Yes.
And Facebook is one of your social media strategies, you could say, and then events. Okay. And map your team, which is the
program.
So they're going to come straight from that into the map your team program?
No, no. The products are, is the path that we just discussed. So maybe I should put it on.
You want to build this in. So you want to have your debrief in here.
Okay.
You want to show your pathway into how they sell. So all of these pathways would come into a debrief first of all, wouldn't they?
Yes.
Or they could go straight into a taster session. So you could have debrief or taster session.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, groovy. So you're going to launch map your team, call the current customers, write your ebook. So write your ebook isn't a milestone, but publish your ebook is.
Yes. Right.
Call your current customers isn't a milestone, but booking in 10 new clients is. So you want to make sure that your milestones are things that have happened that are milestones as opposed to things that you need to do. And then underneath each milestone, you can put the list of all the things you have to do in order to achieve that milestone. That's your to-do list, but on here is just your milestones.
Okay.
All right, this is looking way better. Okay, very good. And I can see that somebody joined us. I think it was Sajid. Yeah. Okay, so Sajid, let's just come across to you very quickly as well. We're just getting a catch up on where everyone's at with their promotion updates, and then we're going to go into landing pages. So it doesn't look like you've put anything in here. Is that because you can't get into the document, or you haven't got anything to put in?
I should have, but I forgot. Sorry about that.
You should have, but you forgot. Okay, so do you want to give me a quick update?
Yep. So yes, off the top of my head, highlights. Almost finished the Flow Consultant course, so I'm start finishing that off. It's going to be the last bit where I get the submission of an interview, so I'm lining up somebody for Saturday to get that done. What else is there? Started the orange to yellow circle.
I saw that. I was added into it. Yeah.
And started to post on that as well. So that's sort of coming along. But the problem is I can't actually add my articles to orange to yellow because I think of the way I named it. Initially, I named it as with a colon. So I've emailed support like Wednesday-ish. And I'm just waiting for a response from them how to fix that. I'm guessing I have to start a new circle again. That's all. So,
maybe because I've seen it was not letting me in. I've seen I'd been automatically added into it because I think it's because you just updated an old circle to a new one, right?
Yeah, that's right. So,
yeah. Just check with support then on that one. But
yeah, I might have deleted it again.
You've already got quite a few people in there. Okay. Yeah. And have you updated your slides? Because I know we had some feedback, didn't we, last week on your slides?
Yep, I've been talking and updating them, adding them up as well. Just
which ones are yours? What colour are they?
Go to the bottom, the last ones that are green. So the last ones that are green, that's it, those ones. What I've just done now is just focus on avatar. But I just want to get this clear. You just mentioned that Q4 should be on one promotion. Shall I just rejig all of these just for the orange to yellow level?
That's your focus, isn't it now? That's what you focused on. You just want to do orange to yellow. It's okay to say
avatars.
Yeah, it's okay to say that these are all your avatars going forward, but that one avatar for this promotion is just Enterprise Emily. That's who we're focusing at.
Right, got it.
Yeah.
So I'll rejig that as we're going through and get that done. But yeah, so what I did is I just started rejigging some of it. So if you look, I've rejigged this one. she has a number of clients that she's serving regularly, but doesn't know how to get more on a regular basis, and hence is stagnant. So,
so you just want to focus on her and her problem here. So she has a number of clients that she's serving regularly, but doesn't know how to get more on a regular basis, and hence is stagnant. So Enterprise Emily's challenge is she doesn't know how to stand out in the marketplace, right? So she knows how to run promotions. She's got a level of revenue that keeps her ticking over, but she wants to double in size this year, and she doesn't really know how to stand out in size. She doesn't really know what makes her completely different to her competitors. She doesn't know how to attract an ongoing stream of clients, because it's kind of like a cross between Foundation Phil and Enterprise Emily, because you're looking for that orange person, right? So I'd kind of like maybe not call her Enterprise Emily, because she's not. I'd make her more orange. So she has got a product, she has got a program, but she wants to know how to double in size. She knows when she gets a client that they're very happy, they like going through her programs, but she doesn't know what makes her different to everyone else. And she doesn't know how to create an ongoing stream of clients. She doesn't know how to build a community, and she wouldn't know where her next $50,000 was coming from. That's her challenge. Yeah. So think orange level. So your solution is just like this one here: 3-month sprints, personalized direction from Roger James Hamilton by Jem, weekly group calls, and daily accountability provides. So this sounds like you're just selling one of our programs.
I would say it's like a hybrid where Roger provides the direction and then I sort of help him implement it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, but you want this to be
nice to have Roger around, giving that kind of direction.
Yeah, but you don't. This looks like you're selling one of our programs. It doesn't look like you're selling one of your programs. So you're actually going to direct someone to go, I'll just go work with Roger James Hamilton instead. So what you want to say is, so your solution here is we have a highly personalized 3-month plan based on Roger James Hamilton's training programs. As an accredited mentor within the Roger James Hamilton Entrepreneur Institute suite, we're accredited to use all of his programs, products, and training. And over 3 months, we're going to take you through getting really clear about the 3 steps from orange to yellow. So identify your identity, master your market, and monetize your moment. We'll take you through those 3 steps. We'll show you over the 3 months how you actually create a promotion plan to generate your first $30,000 step by step. We'll handhold you through a completely replicatable system whilst mentoring you, whilst allowing you to access all of Roger's tools at the same time. Now they want to come to you instead of just listening to Roger, because they can listen to Roger but still not know how to do a 3-month promotion plan. They've got to go to you to do that. So you want to make yourself at the center of that and show yourself as the expert that has got the license and from Roger to actually use his stuff.
Right. Got it.
So definitely say that you're partnering with Roger, or you're partnering with entrepreneurs or something like that. People go, but definitely say, I'm licensed, I'm certified flow consultant, I'm certified entrepreneur mentor. So people go, well, he's got the qualifications, he's got Roger's say so, and you can say we're bringing all of Roger's stuff in. Because one of the things you can do with Jem, which is brilliant, right? You could actually have all of your people coming and watching Jem at the same time with you, and you could get them all booked on the call half an hour before Jem starts, and say, right, guys, today Roger's taking everyone through like how to go from red to yellow, and here's the speaker. So what do you want to get out of this call? What are you listening for? What's going to be the most important thing for you today? And they all put their comments in. Then they do the 1 hour call. Then you jump straight on another call and you say, let's debrief. What did you take from that? What was your biggest takeaway? What do you now need to work on? What's your biggest questions? And they now come to you because they see you as the expert explaining what Roger just did.
Excellent. That makes sense. You know that. Critical thing is the positioning.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're the center.
So is this middle one again that I need to look at, not the Foundation Fast Track, right?
Yeah, that's it, exactly, yeah.
Escape the 9 to 5 and become a solopreneur. It could be the 9 to 5 because they could be in a job, but these also could just be people who are orange level in their business who want to get to yellow.
Shall I split the avatar now into 3 just in this context?
Just on this promotion, get rid of Foundation Fred and get rid of Enterprise, get rid of Emerald, whatever it is, and just focus on the orange to yellow. Because this promotion, you only want to attract orange to yellow in this promotion. Keep those 3 avatars for your business, for your team charter, but for this promotion, we just want that one person.
Got it. Cool.
So what's compelling? Through a series of 12-week sprints, personalized monthly direction from Roger, no from you, which we help you to implement by following our systematic process that tests your idea and then refines it via weekly group meetings and daily accountability to build a successful business. Ticket price $997 for 3 months. Yeah. I mean, you know what? I'm going to share one of this website anyway at some point. So I'm just going to suggest that you take the website this one, which is the Partner Accelerator that got you booked on, which is orange. This is directly aimed at orange to yellow, right?
Yeah.
Just take this and take like as much copy as you can from this and use it, right? And, feel like I am very happy for you to take all of my content and rehash it in your own words. You have my full permission to do that, right? So there you go. All right. So we'll come and have a little look through that. But I think if you can just make this super clear by just getting this one avatar in here and just making so the whole compelling offer is just about this. Don't make Roger the compelling offer. Make him the bonus. Make you the compelling offer.
Got it.
Otherwise they're gonna be like, "Where's Roger?" And you'll be like, "He's not here." They'll be like, "What?" All right. Financial I know, right?
There's one thing. So effectively, just 2 quick questions. Number one, that accelerator page you showed me, that's the accelerator for this course, right? So that's the one I should look at, right? Cool.
This is an orange to yellow program.
Yeah. Second thing, I was working this out, right? If it's $997 for 3 months, and if I give them like 3 monthly payments, that's £300, right? Per month, roughly £3 per month.
You have to go slow with me on numbers. I can't go that fast. I can fast
So
numbers.
you know that the £997 we're charging for 3 months, is that per month or is that?
No, that's for the 3 months, wasn't it? Yeah, that was for the 3 months.
Okay, right.
$1,000.
Check that out. Yeah. I thought it was going to be per month, right? That's why I got scared. Now I'm getting tempted. If it's going to be over 3 months, should I charge $1,500 and make it £500 per month?
You can charge whatever you want to, my darling.
Okay, I'm going to try that.
You're either earning or you're learning.
The thing is, okay, that's true. So if I fail miserably, then I know what happened, right?
If nobody takes you on, then either you've got not enough compelling reasons for them to do it, or it's the wrong price. But you've got to start somewhere, and you've got to test something out. So yeah, sorry. What's the promise that they're going to get from this, right? This is the thing in the solution. So like, what are they going to get at the end of it? Because all you've done is said like the process they're going through. You haven't said what their result's going to be.
Right.
So
Got it.
What do they get out of it at the end of the 3 months?
It's going to be basically a successful promotion that I'm not sure it'll generate. I'm thinking about $1,000 a month. Yeah.
Say that then.
Yeah. So okay, you know what? You're right. Let's stick with $997 and let's keep it real.
Exactly. And now you're charging them $1,000. You're charging them $1,000 for showing them how to make $12,000 in the year. I think that's a really fair price. Now you've got to do that, right? You've got to make that happen.
Cool. I'm going to stick with $997 and just keep it real and then get testimonials and then get carried away.
Right. What's all these numbers here? They don't make sense to me at the moment. What's this?
I've got to go and look at your original slide and go and play the previous one and see what numbers I've got to put in here. That's the only thing I've got to work on this. I haven't done this one yet.
So how many people are you going for on your first program?
I'm going to want to focus on the second one because the other 2 are for the other 2 avatars, yeah?
No, we're only doing one, which is the orange to yellow. That's this promotion. So what's the revenue you want to generate? You're not working on the other 2 promotions in this next quarter.
Yeah, exactly. So the focus is number 2, which is 10,000 PCM via second product, which should be 11 clients at $997.
Okay, so your financial target. So that's going to go in this top line, which is your financial target. Your other objectives financial objectives could be like, how many people do you want to get into your circle? Like, what do you want to increase the number of people in your circle by?
Got it.
Because you've got like 100 odd in there already, haven't you?
Yeah.
So like, what would you like the number of people in your actual orange to yellow circle to be?
As in this promotion, what do you think is realistic?
Well, you've already got, how many have you got in there now?
About 200, 300.
That's you doing nothing.
500.
500, and that's with you doing nothing. Like if you were to do something targeted to get people in there, what do you think you could make happen in the next 3 months?
What can I break it in 3 months? We're at 1,000 in?
I think so too. So put that in there as your target. Now we've got to figure out a way to do that, right? And what about any costs? Any costs in here?
Not really. It's just me training really. So pretty much lower the cost side, which is kind of a good place to be, right? Yeah, my time.
Are you going to do any online advertising?
Yes. I'm going to go into that quite a bit.
Are you going to use any partners? If you're using partners, you want to pay them partner commissions?
I'm going to have like an Indian Facebook team who are super good but super reasonable as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So are you going to have some partners helping you to promote it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you want to put some money aside for them?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
All right. So work out what it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you something. So put that in there. Development objectives: learn how to make and execute a marketing plan that finds marketing channels that produce a steady stream of customers. Learn how to make and execute. That's the same. Learn how to be an excellent mentor that produces excellent results. That I put that in your learning objective. This one.
Right.
Well, I guess it kind of straddles both, because one of them is about being an excellent mentor and one of them is learning how to get referrals. So I'd almost separate these two out, because one is about how you become an excellent mentor, which is a personal learning objective. And one is how do you create a funnel in a way that you continuously get these referrals and you're building your community. And these are the same. So, so the difference between development objectives and learning objectives: development objectives are things that by you doing this will help you develop your business so that you can run your next promotion, or you can do something else as well. So it's or anything that you need to develop, like maybe you need to build some software. So anything that has to be put in place to be developed, or anything that's going to develop this into something else that can be ongoing. So definitely like a funnel. And the learning objectives is, what are you personally going to learn? Like, what do you need to learn how to do in order to do this promotion? So you can go back to that one as well.
Right, yeah, I'll go back to
that. Okay, explain these pathways to me.
Yeah, so if you ignore the path on the right, don't want to get removed that one. This is the path on the left.
This is the one I'm looking at here.
That's fast forward your business.
How's that a pathway for you?
Opportunity wall, and also maybe having a stall there.
So that's gone.
Also networking. Yeah, that's gone.
So let's take that one out.
Something else. Yeah, I'll take it out. Facebook ads and creating a group. Is it worth creating a group on Facebook, like a public group initially?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Because your Facebook group should drive traffic into your Genius U circle. Everything you publish on Genius U, you want to publish in Facebook as well. And every time you publish it from Genius U to Facebook, it directly takes someone when they click on the Facebook link to Genius U. So you're constantly directing them into your circle from all social media. Facebook's way more widely used than Genius U. So anything that's directing people through, definitely. City Circle?
Yeah. I was going to use City Circle and also some other networking kind of, avenues, like, sort of business forum networks, like Business Junction.
Okay. So let's call that networking then. Call it networking, because that's quite a few different networking, because that was kind of like fast forward as well. It's like they're all networking events. Genius U, definitely. Crystal Circle, how's that a pathway?
This was originally for the Indigo Blue guys who don't know how to use Genius U and offering them managed service. That was the original line for that one. But now I get that you've got to refocus it all onto just one model, one. Have you run any webinars through Genius U yet? No.
I think the fact you've got 500 people in your Genius U group already, you should be doing some webinars and testing out, like sharing some content, giving people some learning, and just saying, just doing some stuff for free and seeing how many people are showing up and liking that. And then at the end, just saying, hey, if you want to come join my personal mentoring group, like you've seen me do that on a webinar, right? You've seen me go through, like if you watch the consultant webinar that I did, Tracy, it was either last month or the month before, I can't remember, where I taught people how to put together their Q4 promotions. Was it last month, Tracy? I can't remember. Tracy will send you the link anyway, or she'll post it in that Facebook chat.
It was last month.
It was last month, was it? Right. So, and you'll notice I did the whole webinar on how to get yourself set up. I had people sharing about their promotions. So everyone was getting super excited about promotions. And right at the end, I just said, hey, if you want to do this really well, then just, come apply to join my partner accelerator. And everyone just went, woo, and stuck their applications in. So to do something like that, and I'm not saying, hey, pay now and all that weird stuff, run to the back of the room. I was just saying, if you want to be on my accelerator, book here, apply to book a call with me, and we'll see if it's right for you. And so many people were like, I got so much value from being on that webinar, Michelle, but I still don't know how to run my promotion. And you obviously do, so I want to work with you. So that worked really well as like so I definitely put some webinars in there.
Also, in doing the webinar, do I kind of make it, you don't want to give everything away, right? So how do I position that? How would I
Watch my webinar.
Sort of talk about?
Watch the webinar that I did.
Okay, we'll do that.
so you want to give enough away that people go, wow, that's so much value. I've learned so much, but not enough that they can actually do like the whole thing. So I shared with everyone in 1 hour. I shared with people as much as I could about how this 13-week program works. Like, so I said, you got to build a landing page. You got to do your online campaign. And so I said, do all these things. And everyone was like, yeah, got to do all these things. But most people went, I don't know how to do all those things. So I gave them all my best tips and strategies for free, which are my best tips and strategies. Now, some people would go, I know how to do that stuff, so I'll figure it out and do it myself. Everybody else was like, that's brilliant tips. I wish I knew how to do all that stuff. Oh, Michelle's running a program showing us. I should find out if I can get on that program. So you're sharing as much as you can, giving as much value away. So some people can just take that and they're happy with that. But others go, no, that's not enough. And Michelle clearly knows what she's doing. I want to work and get on this program.
Also, should I utilize any other stuff like FaceTime video? Like, do live FaceTime.
You should do that from your group. Yeah, you should set up a group for Orange to Yellow on Facebook and definitely do Facebook Lives. Definitely. Yeah.
Right.
All right, groovy. Cool. This is really taking shape as well. So let's just get rid of all the stuff that doesn't serve this promotion and keep it nice and got it. Very cool. Has anyone else joined us? Just checking. Doesn't look like it. All right, so let's come across to landing pages. Let's share some examples now. So let's start with my favorite one right now. This one. This is the Genius Educators.
Let's do this, man.
Let's do this. Yeah, you can put yourself on mute there, doll.
Yeah.
So let's put this in here, so you can be opening this up and looking at them as well. Now I'm going to share with you like kind of the way that I build a landing page. And I do it directly from those slides. So when you've got your slides together, which shows you what your problem, your solution, and your compelling offer is, that's why it's so important to get those things really nailed down. Because believe you me, by the time you come to write your content for your copy, if you haven't nutted those in something that's getting you excited, it's really difficult to put it into something that's going to get your clients excited. So, and I hope you can see this because your faces are in the way. There we go. Yeah. So when you're building your landing page, you want to make sure that this bit, which is the bit that people see, and that's the best way I can explain it, is this is what's on my computer screen right now. So when I open this web page, this is what I see. This is my decision as a customer. Do I want to scroll down? This is my decision. So this has got to be compelling enough just on this place that I decide if I want to scroll on it. And so you don't want heaps and heaps of stuff on here. You just want like a really groovy picture. Like obviously there's like a groovy picture of all our favorite clients there that came for, I think that's Crystal Circle Conference, maybe, or Masters. But there's some very happy people at the pool looking like they're having a really good time. They're at Vision Villas, right? So find a picture that looks pretty groovy that you think is going to work. There's 3 tabs here. There's Welcome, Overview, and in bright orange, Apply Now. So clearly it's asking you to do something. So this first bit of information here is telling you what this is and what's the action you need to take. What this is and what's the action you need to take. So now you can decide in a heartbeat, do I want to know more about this and am I interested in taking action? Or is this so not for me, I'm going? And that's okay, because if it's not for you, then you don't need to be on this page. But for the people who are on this page, they're going to scroll down. So here it says, win a fully funded scholarship to become one of the first 30 certified Genius School educators, 8th to the 11th of November in Bali. Change the face of the current education system, build your business, and become a founding member of the Genius School. So what is it? I'm going to win a fully funded scholarship to become the first 30 Genius. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to win something, and people love winning something. And then the thing is, it's going to change the face of the current education system. Wow, well, I'm interested in the education system. I definitely want to build my business, and I don't know what it is to become a founding member, but that sounds cool. So now it's captured my interest, right? It's either captured my interest because that's something that calls to me, or it's something so not for me, and I'm just going to scroll off it. By the way, this headline is very much exciting someone orange to yellow level. So Saj, like this to be really good for your promotion. Anything where someone gets to win something, unless like it's winning a Crystal Circle membership with Roger, that would introduce people to a higher level. But basically, if you're wanting to win something that's like a couple of $1,000s, it's because you really would rather win something than pay the couple of $1,000s. So it's really calling to that kind of group of people who go, I'd love to do this. I'd love to go to Bali. If I could just win this, my whole life would change and I could totally be a different person. So, and that's who the avatar is for this program. It's kind of somebody at the orange to yellow level who would be like a flow consultant or would be EMC member, that type of person. So I wouldn't necessarily suggest a competition for like Jeremy and Deb, for example, because I don't think it's going to really call out to your people, but we'll show you some other examples as well. But I like this because it's at that level. And then underneath it says what it is. So now you can see straight away the Genius Education Certification, in brackets GEC, is a 12-month certification. Okay. It will build your business whilst empowering young people to learn the tools they need to reach their true potential in the world in a highly personalized and unique way. Wow. Now that's just enough to excite me to go, what the hell is that? But okay, it's clearly a certification. I'm going to grow my business. I'm going to help young people. And it's going to be something that's very personalized and unique. So if you're into wealth dynamics or talent dynamics, you're probably really excited by this because you already know that anything that's highly personalized and unique works. But if you don't know about wealth dynamics and talent dynamics, you'd be curious as to, well, what even is this? And there's always an apply now button. So straight away, I'm just moving this because your faces are in the way, but always in the sight line of the customer on that first page, apply now, right? So very clearly what it is. You can click straight to apply now because there's some people That's all they'll do straight away. I want to win this. Don't care what it is. They'll just apply. And that's going to be like some of our Dynamo friends. So, and have apply now throughout the landing page, or you know, whatever you want to give the action to people to do. Have that in various places they can find it. So that's the first thing. Now we can scroll down. So what is this thing? All right. So applications to, now there's a compelling thing. Oh, applications close on the 13th of October. Hell's bells. It's the 13th of October. I've got to get my application in today. So now there's something compelling there as well. So remember about the compelling offer. The compelling offer isn't just a repeat of what you're going to do. It's why should somebody do it right now? They've got to do it right now because it closes on the 13th of October. Okay. I've got to take some action. That's a nice big reminder. And now I've started doing it in this style, and I really like this actually. I've done quite a few of my landing pages with this kind of little letter from Roger. And in here, you're going to see is the problem. Whoops. Hold on. In here, is the problem, is the solution, and the compelling offer. So I've kind of weaved it in. Now, don't make this too long. This is really just long enough, but it's enough to get enough content in here to excite people. So imagine an education system today that provided each and every young person with a personalized path to learn in their most natural, most comfortable, and most unique way. Because that's the problem. The problem is that there isn't an education system today that does that, right? A system where no child has to ever again feel low self-esteem because they're struggling to learn. That's the problem. Children have low self-esteem because they don't follow this one path to learning. Where they are not made to feel stupid because their latest test scores did not match the country norm. Wow, it's like there's a big problem. Now, instead of me saying, hey, there's this big problem in the world, which makes people go, oh my God, Michelle, you're so depressing. It's like, imagine this place where there isn't this problem. Like, that's the way I've done it, right? But I'm still talking directly to the problem. Because what you don't want to say to people is, here's my hemorrhoid cream. Hey, you've got hemorrhoids. This must really hurt. Like, people don't want to read that stuff, right? So you've got to be really careful how you're sharing the problem, which is why I want your slides to be really careful the way you put them together. So talk to their problem, but do it in a way that's not making them feel stupid or bad or ridiculous. An education system that instead celebrates that their genius lies in their utter uniqueness. Now I'm talking about the solution. Here's something that is actually the product, in how they think and who they are. A place where their genius is celebrated as their true potential and their greatest contribution. A space that creates true lifelong learners and leaders who already know that they're geniuses. That's the solution, right? The Genius School's solution is that we do that. So imagine if you were part of creating that education revolution with us. Now I'm getting them to think about being part of this and actually coming with me on this journey. Well, now you can be. We've partnered with Angie and Mustika to create the Genius Educator certification with the Genius School. And I now invite you, so I'm giving you an action, to become part of an extraordinary group of entrepreneurs and educators who'll join us as the world's first Genius School certified educators in Bali this November. So now I'm making a direct invitation. I'm telling you what it is, and I'm telling you when it is. When you become one of our first Genius Educators, so now you're getting the compelling offer, right? This is like really what's going to happen. You'll get the benefit of a full suite of tools, support and ongoing training. Notice I didn't list the full suite of tools here. I just said a full suite of tools. Helping you to grow your education impact globally. So that's what it's going to let you do when you get this suite of tools. You'll have the opportunity to support the launch of our Genius Camps. I'm now even telling them about the upsell that's going to happen when they get there. They don't know that. So for like, who was it that was going to have an upsell there? I think, Vicky, I think you've got one in yours. So now you can already say, you know, this isn't just this one adventure. It's going to lead to this lifetime of adventures. And Sarge, you can have, you know, once we get you to yellow, then we're going to move you up to green and to blue and so on and so forth. And Deb and Jeremy, you can have, you know, there's this whole suite of like cash tools that we've got, which is going to like totally revolutionize your business and so on and so forth. And you've got your pathway as well, Rosemary. But it's just one sentence. You'll have the opportunity to support the launch of the Genius Camps as leaders, facilitators, and partners. People are now going, wow, I get to run a Genius Camp. They don't know how that's going to happen. They'll find out that when they come to the workshop, but now they're seeing that there's something bigger than just doing the certification. The camps will grow very quickly and will help young people and families together to discover their geniuses. You'll also receive a shareholding in the brand new Genius School as one of our founding members. Very, very compelling. That's something like super exciting. It's like, what is that? What does that even mean? But that sounds amazing. You'll find the full details below, and you can apply to win a fully paid scholarship. I believe entrepreneurs have the power to make a massive positive impact on the world, particularly within the education system. This is the power of the entrepreneur movement. That's like now this is bringing in our whole entrepreneur movement vision as a company. The biggest need we have is to attract the right educators, people like you. And the greatest value we can provide is our resources, training, and connections on Genius U to help you and your young leaders of tomorrow create a better world. And it's signed off. Join us today. So action as a Genius Educator and be at the forefront of the education revolution. So it's very, very specific the way I write this. And you can just, and you'll see, I'm going to show you several web pages. It's very, very similar, but different. And you can just keep following how I do it and see if you can pull yours together in the same way. I don't mind if you copy it the same. Obviously don't use the same words because that won't make any sense. Now we're getting into a bit more detail about what it is. So what, if I do this educator, like what's going to happen to me? We're going to credit you to use the Genius School suite of assessments and tools so you can help young people discover and live in their genius. You get to work one-to-one and also with large groups of young people to find their flow. You get to run high quality, high impact personal debriefs with young people. You get to structure learning experiences to work holistically using the 3-frame day. And you get to build your own unique content, which we'll share with educators and young people on Genius U as part of the Genius School curriculum. Wow. Now, by the way, Ruth Margin, at this point, we haven't created the entire program. We don't know what the program is going to be or how we're going to run the 2 days, but we know that those are the outcomes we're going to get out the 2 days. And we've got enough experience to know that we can do all that in 2 days. So we're still selling it without actually having created the 2-day program. And that's totally cool to do, right? Apply here to win your scholarship. Right now you're finding out what you win. Oh, here's a first prize. It's a $5,000 3-night 2-day certification in Bali. Oh my God. Apply now. Right. I'm so excited. I'm just going to apply. That's enough for me. Or no, I need some information. All your food and accommodation for the 3 nights are included based on twin sharing. We'll even pick you up from the airport and bring you there. If you win the scholarship, you'll receive a GEC certification on Genius U. So you'll actually get a certification on your profile saying that you're a Genius educator. You get a shareholding in the Genius School. Every contributor educates. So now there's a bit more information about the things that I alluded to in the letter. You'll also receive full access to the Genius U mentor level membership for the 12 months of your certification. Wow. Also, you'll get the following. So I'm making this compelling now. So in that compelling offer slide, it's not just a repeat of everything else. It's saying these are all the things you're going to get if you decide to do this right now. You get the Genius Entrepreneur Mastermind, which is the 1-year GEM program. You get the Entrepreneur Micro Certification, the EMC program, which is pretty groovy because we want you to be a good mentor if you're going to be a mentor. You get an entrepreneur listing, which means you get your own Genius U platform. I mean, basically anyone gets that for being a mentor, but let's put it in there because that's another bonus. And you get the micro degree builder. Again, if you're a mentor, you get that, but let's now say explicitly that's included, because imagine someone's landed on this website that knows nothing about Genius U. They know nothing about being a mentor. We want to make sure it's very, very explicit. And also it makes it look even more exciting. Plus, now it's really compelling because this is the big plus exclamation mark. Just for being amongst the first 30, here's some extra bonuses. Now there's a reason, instead of saying, oh, I'm going to do this, it's cool, but I'll do it at some point in 2019. It's like, oh, now there's a really compelling reason why I should do it right now. I need to be in the first 30. First of all, they're going to be these first 30 founding members, but these people also get a free Flow Consultant scholarship worth $3,000, and they're getting 25 Talent Directs Young People profile tokens. The more you can package into your compelling offer, the better. And you've all got content that you can package in, right? And you don't have to like we have all this online content, but you can have other stuff. You can give people free debriefs. You can do personalized one-to-one sessions with people. Deb, you've got your little session that you're going to do with people for 2 hours. You can package in some other stuff for free as well, just for this first group where they go, wow, I have to make the decision now because this is so crazy. These guys are so ballistic that they're throwing all this stuff in. If I don't do this, I'm a nutter. Right? So really think this through, because when you look at the webpage, you have to be so excited that you want to join. Like, I want to do the Genius Educator certification. There's so much value here. I want to do it. Now, there's also some runner-up prizes. We always do this when we run a competition. We do runner-up prizes, and it's the first 15 people to buy, basically. We will actually offer these runner-up prizes to everybody. So everyone who's applied, who doesn't win, one person will win. Everyone else will get an email to say, hey, sorry you didn't win, but you get a runner-up prize. And it's the first 15 people to buy. So basically it says, we've got 15 places. You better book in with the team as quickly as possible. Now there's a race. And just be authentic. If you've got 15 places, just sell 15. If we end up with loads more, we'll sell them into a second program. But we know that they only need this number of people to actually fill their workshop. So the runner-up prize is a $2,000 discount voucher. Now remember earlier on, it said that the full price was $5,000. But because they're getting a $2,000 voucher as a runner-up, 15 people are going to come for the price of $3,000. On a twin sharing. So now it's really cheap. And again, it's like really good reasons. Now there's some information about your mentors. So you can definitely put Roger in here, Sarge, as well. But you want to put yourself as like the key person who's leading it. And again, apply now. There's lots of apply now chances. Apply quickly before October the 13th. Bit of information about the resort we're going to stay at. Always put this at the bottom. Some people, for some reason, put the resort at the top because they think people are going to be more excited about the fact they're going to Bali. They're not. People would be excited about going anywhere to do this certification, but now it's like, oh, and I'm doing in paradise. So I put this stuff at the bottom, and now there's an application form. And you've got to fill this detail in, right? First name, last name, email, country, phone number, and what are you, and what's your reasons you want to win? Because we're actually going to pick someone out. So we've actually had, this has been going for just a week, right? Here's the GEC applications. This is on Salesforce. I don't know how to get to the bottom. There's probably a command would get me there faster, but oh my God, we're up to 691 applications. Now we've got a really big database, right? I was only expecting 300 applications. So this is already surpassed and we're in the final 24 hours. So we're going to hit 1,000. We're going to have 1,000 people apply to win this, which means all of the people who've applied to win this and put a reason why they want to win it, they all want to come on this program. So they're qualified, right? I don't need to now go out to my entire database and say, you should come to this. And I'm going to call everyone and say, these are people who are actually qualified, who've told me they're teachers, coaches, trainers, parents, and they've told me why they should win because they've got this real good reason why they want to help young people. And they've all like put really good reasons in here. The team have been going through all these reasons and picking their favorite people out. So all the Genius Igniters have been picking their top 3 favorite applications. And from that, we pick our favorite winner, right? Between us all. So these people are telling us why they should be coming. Now, admittedly, they want to come for free. So not all of them will have affordability, but we've now got 700 leads that we can go to. So this is a really good promotion plan to do at that kind of level. Now, what happens next? So what happens next is, in fact, we had so many people applied. I said to the Genius Igniters, I said, this is crazy, guys. I said, we're going to easily fill all these spaces because and these are what we can see as well on here. Where is it? Is this the right one? Because I have a little document where I can see what level they're at as well. So we actually can see, oh, it's disappeared off this document for some reason. Oh, here it's on this side, right. So we can see what someone's loyalty level is because we split our Salesforce this way. So this means whether someone's like purchased off us once before, whether they've never purchased from us before, whether they've purchased lots of things, whether they've purchased everything. So an advocate is somebody who has, maybe done a profile test. A loyal fan is somebody that's done more than 2 things with us. A prospect is somebody that hasn't done anything with us yet, but they're on our database. So they maybe read all of our emails and might have come to fast forward, but they haven't bought anything. There's a lot of those. So they're not like our super high priority people, but there's a lot of those. And then we've got, we've got raving fans. Raving fans are people that buy loads of stuff and come and do loads of stuff with us. So they're even better than loyal fans. And we've got 11 of those. So I said to the team, and a rookie is someone who's pretty new as well. So I said to the team, I said, go to the raving fans and the loyal fans and pick people that you personally know that you think should come, because you know them, they're educators or they're trainers or coaches, and you think they should be at this, and reach out to them and say, hey, we're closing this on Friday. There'll be a winner announced on Monday, and we're going to invite everyone else to book in for a call, but we're going to fill these places really, really quickly. So I'm reaching out to you to let you know. We're giving you an extra $500 discount. Dog walker's just arrived. I know, she's here. We're going to give you an extra $500 discount if you book in before we offer this out to everyone else. Now, we've never done this before. This is the first time we've ever done this. And we've only done it because we've had so many applications that I actually said some of our favorite clients who we actually do want to come won't be able to come because they won't get booked into the diaries for the Genius Igniters fast enough. So we offered this out and we went out to a group of people, and these are the people that we already invited in. And you can see we've already had 2 sales come through just in this week, just from doing that. So that's like a new little thing that we just tried, which has been great because we actually want our favorite clients to come to this first program because they'll be the ones who go and tell everyone else about it anyway. Plus they're the people that we know love all of our stuff and will be the right people to lead our camps. So that's been pretty groovy. So that's a nice one to do. Right, let's show you another example now. Let me show you, right, this is I'll show you this one. This is a Genius Apprentice program. And I'm not going to go through all the details on each of them, but I'm going to show you just different ways that you can run promotions. So let's post this one here as well, Genius Apprentice program. So this one just went live yesterday. Now this is a much higher level. So this is a $12,000 program. So this is a more higher level. This is aimed at green, blue level people. So for Jeremy and Deb, this is a much higher level type of program. And this is, again, very clearly on this one page, be one of the first 30 Genius Apprentice program sponsors. Grow a 21st century team, build your business, and become a founding member of the education revolution. So similar but different because they're all part of the Genius School, right? So I'm keeping the same terminology going through the whole Genius School. But the different thing here is grow a 21st century team. That immediately talks to green people and above. it's like, I have a team, but I want them to be a 21st century team. I've got this team, but they're super old fashioned. I've got this team, but they're not really very groovy. They're not super young. So I definitely want to have a 21st century team. It kind of talks to yellow level people as well, but it's more talking to green and blue. The Genius Apprentice program is a 12-month mentoring program to build your business whilst empowering a young person to become a successful entrepreneur and make a positive impact in the world. Okay, so it's a 12-month mentoring program, which allows you to build your business while you're empowering a young person. So clearly this is for me and not for the young person, but it's allowing someone to become a successful entrepreneur and make a difference. Well, that sounds interesting. This opportunity closes once all the 30 positions are taken, so join us today. Again, it's like when we know that's going to happen really quickly. Now, we've got a lovely little video here from Susie. This works really well if you're confident and competent at doing the videos. If you're not good at doing the videos, don't put this on just for the sake of it. You want it to be really natural. You don't want it to be more than 2 minutes long. And really, it's kind of a replication of the website, but it's for people that can't be bothered reading websites and just watch videos. In all honesty, there's not a super high number of people that watch the video, but some people will. So we just put it in there. And we've got that same kind of letter in there that we put in there as well. But now the things that are kind of standing out here for the green, blue level people. So we've got in here, as one of the first 30 GAP sponsors, you'll get the benefit of a full suite of tools, support, and programs to help you sponsor a bright young apprentice into your expanding team and business. So it's already saying you've got a team. This young apprentice will in turn be focused on adding real value to your business, utilizing their skills and knowledge, bringing a fresh new perspective and energy to your vision. Somebody who's already got a vision is at green level, right? They're already starting to think about their team charter, helping us to grow their education revolution. So sometimes it's just subtle words that I'm putting in, which is speaking directly to my avatar, which is why it's so clear when you're thinking about your avatar. This is why I get you to do this work on the slides in the first place, because it's so much easier to write this when you're talking specifically to that one person that you created. And then it talks about how challenging business is. Many employees and solopreneurs will be displaced or fall behind, while those that study and embrace will be the leaders of the future. You'll find all the details of what you receive as a GAP sponsor below. And I believe that entrepreneurs have the power to make a massive impact in the world, particularly within the education system. The biggest need we have here is to attract the right sponsors, and the greatest value we can provide is the resources, training, and connections to help you and your apprentice succeed. All 30 will be taken quickly. Apply now to avoid disappointment and be part of this exclusive and pioneering group. All mentors and apprentices will be utilizing our proven personalized unique learning curriculum and AI-driven platform on Genius U. By the way, all of you who are using Genius U, you can put this in here. So Deb and Jeremy, you're using Genius U. Sarge, you are. Ruzmarjin, you should definitely be using Genius. I mean, you should all be using Genius U, so put this in here. And then let's put some information here about the apprentices. So like, what is it? So what do you actually get when you bring on an apprentice? Well, here's the criteria. You're 16 to 24 years old. You're committed to the delivery of the United Nations global goals. You're motivated and ready to invest time in learning and practical experience, and you're able to share your experience with other apprentices. And this is what happens. Each apprentice gets sponsored through 4 micro degrees created by a team of experts. So again, we're going through like the process of what they actually get. These are the 8 different micro degrees. As well as that, each apprentice will also be sponsored into our scholarships with 2 certifications. So they get to do the Flow Consultant certification and the Entrepreneur Mentor certification. Wherever we can, we just package in as much stuff as possible because it's there. It's free for us to deliver because it's already online, so it doesn't cost us anything to deliver. And it creates more value for everybody. Plus, we want our apprentices to go through this stuff because we know it works. We know it's really good quality learning. Okay, so now we're getting on to sponsors. Here's some groovy looking people. They look very important because they're on stage. The 30 sponsors will be selected based on the following criteria. Now I'm talking directly to this avatar. And I even talk in our language. You're already part of the entrepreneur movement at green and blue level. The reason I say that is because this email only went out to people in our database. We knew that we'd get the first 30 just from our own database. If I was sending this out to cold people, I wouldn't put that because they would go, what the hell's green, blue level? I don't know what you're talking about. But because I knew this one landing page was just going out to our internal database, I could speak our language. Committed to the delivery of the global goals, ready to dedicate specific time and attention to mentoring and coaching apprentice, able to share their successes with other sponsors and provide feedback to the GAP team. The investment for a Genius Apprentice is just $1,000 a month. Oh my God. So I thought this was going to be like really super. It's just $1,000. 70% of this gets paid directly to the apprentice by Impact Dynamics, which is a not-for-profit organization that administers the, wow. So, okay. So the apprentice is actually going to get most of this money. What do you get when you apply? You get an apprentice, which is personally matched based on your business opportunities, growth trajectory. By the way, we don't know how to do any of this stuff yet. So again, we haven't like built all the processes behind it. That doesn't matter. We'll figure that out because the apprentices don't start till the 1st of December. But what we do know is that the first 30, when we get the apprentices applying, we'll get the sponsors first of all. So we'll have a list of the sponsors. We'll interview the sponsors when they come on board and say, what do you want? What do you want your apprentice to do? What kind of profile are you looking for? Where do you want them to be based? We'll then create adverts for the apprentices to say, we've got 30 vacancies. These are them. If you fit the criteria, you should apply for one of these. And the apprentices will apply specifically for specific roles. And then in the future, we'll do it all on Genius U. We'll have an actual matching software within Genius U. But right now, it's like we haven't figured all this stuff out. That's okay. You don't need to have figured all this stuff out to launch your promotion and already make the first $360,000 in the next couple of weeks, which is the 30 people times the 12,000. It's a modular apprentice program, 12-month program of specially selected micro degrees created by experts in our community for your apprentice to grow. Okay, so we don't know what the modules are yet, but we can see that they're specially selected. You get a shareholding in the Genius School, same as with the Educator program. You also receive full access to Genius U mentor level membership for the 12 months of your apprentice sponsorship. Great. Well, I've seen people doing the GEC. So this is what's included in the EMC. It's all the things that you've seen before in the EMC. You'll also get the following for enrolling as a GAP sponsor. My God, there's more stuff. You get Genius Entrepreneur Mastermind. You get the EMC. You get your entrepreneur listing. Again, I just put all this stuff on here. Even though it's the same stuff most of them probably already have because most of them are mentors, I'm still listing it out there. Plus, for the first 30 sponsors only. So now, again, it's that compelling, why should you be in the first 30 group? Another $6,000 of value just for being the first groups. You get the Flow Consultant Scholarship. You get 25 talent dynamic profile tests so you can profile everyone in your team. And you get tickets to bring your team to Fast Forward as well. What happens when you apply? Once you've applied, the team will be in touch, blah, blah, blah. And then there's some like frequently asked questions at the bottom as well. And here's your application. Now this application, because we're looking for a high level people, it's not like we want them to win a competition. We're asking for some more information here. So we've asked them for their turnover and anticipated turnover. And they shouldn't be frightened to put this information in because it's very clear that we're looking for high level people. This will instantly tell us when we see the applications coming through, whether it's the right level person or not. Why would I like to be an apprentice sponsor? Please outline how you believe your company can help support an apprentice in your team. And where would the apprentice need to be based? And then you've got to tick this even to go through. I understand if I'm successful, there's a fee of $1,000 per month to take a gap apprentice. And some frequently asked questions. So this is a much like higher level promotion. This one's just gone out, so I'll let you know how this one's doing next week. Any questions so far on the ones I've shared? Yes, Vicky, go ahead.
Yes. So you wouldn't use a competition, a free place for green and blue level?
Probably not. Those people
because
have got the money.
I tend to think that everyone likes to win something, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do. I guess, I mean, yours is a higher price program, so you could do. I've not run a competition at that high level before. Okay. I tend to think that the people at that level can afford to do these programs and they sort of see them as serious business things to do. I mean, you could test it, definitely. You could have that as one of your strategies and see how that works. But I would use it as one of your strategies, not your only strategy. Okay, all right. It might also attract, I mean, there are people at lower levels than blue level who might want to do my program and they could, you know. There might be, but do you want them to come on it when they're not your avatar? Yeah, I think everyone could benefit from what we're going to be teaching. So, well, then that's not your avatar. You've got to be really clear who your avatar is. Because for you to say to me, anyone can do my program, that's not a program, right? Okay. This is the point of getting really clear. What is your program? Who's it aimed at? And who's the avatar? The minute you get clear about who your avatar is, that's the people you're applying to. That's how your whole business is going to grow. I have got clear avatar. You're right. And you have. You have. Okay. Don't tell me that your program is for anyone, for everybody, for every occasion. Okay. So if you're aiming at, I think I'm aiming. You could run an adventure for people at yellow level, but make it a lower price adventure and make it like easier stuff. Because it's the blue level people. The challenge they've got is they've now lost their connection. Yellows don't have that problem. They've got heaps of connections. They've got loads of people wanting to speak to them. They've got loads of people that they're meeting lunch. Like they don't have that problem. They're very inspired. Yeah. No, it's a completely different thing. So this one. For blue to green, how would I do this? Because obviously I'm not going to be sponsoring people. So how would you do this promoting? So this is an example. This is an example of a promotion for green and blue level people. Mm-hmm. It's talking their language, right? Yeah. So I'd definitely be having a landing page that's speaking more the language, talking about the problem that they have, but doing it in that nice way, as opposed to saying, hey, you're all disenchanted and disengaged. I'd be saying, have you found it? You've made all your money and now like you're looking for something different. Like if you had that connection, if you had something more purposeful where you could invest your time, where you could really feel like you're making a difference. And take a look at what Jeremy and Deb are doing, because their promotion is aimed at green and blue level people as well, and it's specifically at purposeful entrepreneurs who want to improve their cash flow. Like that's a very, very specific avatar. Is very, very similar.
Okay, so I put in what a difference they're going to make to the world and what a social impact they're going to make. Yeah,
because that's what's missing for them right now. You're talking to the thing that's missing to them.
Okay, great, thank you.
All right, groovy.
Michelle, I was also wondering, the winning thing for business to business, would it work?
Businesses have budgets. They're not interested in winning. What you could do for a business, though, is you could run a competition, which is quite a fun thing, which would help you to get some viral growth. So let me think of some examples. See if I can find it's the Green School competition. What was it? Let's just see if I can find this. This is a bit old, but this was a competition that I loved that went viral. It was, was it Greenest School? Maybe it's Greenest School. And I'll share the Trust Awards with you as well, which I really love. Let me see if I can find the Greenest School. Greenest School on Earth. That was one of the entries. Greenest School on Earth. Right, this is a competition. I just love this, and just let me remember to show you the Trust Awards as well. Right, Greenest School on Earth. So, oh no, this is just a blog about it. So this company here, the Centre for Green Schools, well, there's not many green schools, right? They ran a competition called the Greenest School on Earth. And the minute you run a competition to get a company to apply, so that's what they did. They got any school that thought of themselves as green was able to apply. So that was schools that were doing something that was environmentally friendly, was making a difference to the environment. They were allowed to apply, and they had to like put in an application. I'll try and find it later because I can't find it now. But you had to put in an application for why you thought you were the greenest school on Earth. I mean, what an amazing competition to be like in the greenest school on Earth, right? And every school like put in their YouTube videos saying why they thought they were the greenest school on Earth, and they were reviewed. And obviously the green school won it. Let's just see what this one is. Oh, so this is Dumbarton High School.
The Center for Green Schools at the U.S. Green Building Council and the Global Coalition for Green Schools congratulates staff, teachers, parents, students, and community members of Dunbarton High School for being named this year's greenest school on Earth.
There you go, right.
Dunbarton's efforts.
So Dumbarton won the greenest school on Earth competition, right? So it looks like they're still running this every year, actually. So it was the green school in Bali that won it, because, I mean, you don't get a whole lot greener than the green school in Bali the year that I remember them launching this. But the minute you now launch a competition to say, well, who thinks they're already the greenest school? First of all, it gave them massive publicity because no one had heard of the green... I've just closed it down again now.
Yeah.
No one had heard of the green, that company. What were they? I can't remember what they were called, right? They were called Green... What were they called? Right, you get my picture here, right? I can't even find it. So no one had heard of that company. Another good one here that I love is Jeanette Basson's Spread the Happiness Awards. This is awesome as well, right? So Jeanette said she loves Spread the Happiness. This is her brand. Mm-hmm. And so Roger said to her, well, why don't you have the Spread the Happiness Awards? Now she works in schools, and her job is to like have happy schools, right? So a happy school creates for a happy child creates for a really good education. And so she knows that when teachers are more happy, students are more happy. She knows that when they build happiness into their curriculum, the kids have a great time. So she created the Spread the Happiness Awards. Now, everybody wants to win a flaming Spread the Happiness Award, right? Because she has like where each school can win an award, each teacher can win an award. And now they have to apply to win a Spread the Happiness Award. And they have to say what they do that's so awesome and so happy. The fact that they're doing that means she's now getting all these people onto her database who want to be happy schools, right? So they're applying to do something that she wants to do. The Trust Awards is very similar as well. And this may not be around still. Trust Awards, the Trust Awards was a Talent Dynamics one, which was looking at the companies and people who were the most trusted. This was quite some years ago, so I don't think I can find it. Let's see if it was on the Talent Dynamics website. And you could use the Trust Awards yourself. So you could rehash the Trust Awards definitely, because the Trust Awards was a global brand. We had that in the UK and in Australia. So you could do the Trust Awards for something specific. No, I can't find that on there. Okay, so the principle behind the Trust Awards was you could nominate, and there was Trust Awards for individuals and Trust Awards for companies. So there was the most trusted retailer, there was the most trusted media company, there was the most trusted entrepreneurial small company, most trusted, you know, you can put whatever industries you want that's talking directly to your avatar, and now you're encouraging people to apply. And we went out through partners, because we didn't have a huge database at that time, but we went out to partners and we said, would you promote the Trust Awards and get companies to directly apply to Trust Awards? They said, of course we would. We think this is great. Now, what do they win? They just win a badge. They win a badge that told them that they were the most trusted company, right? And they came along for like champagne reception and photograph. We didn't put on like a big cocktail do that cost us like loads of money. It became a global competition and anyone could enter. It was free to enter, but you had to put a very compelling reason why you thought you should win. And the whole way that the Trust Awards worked was on voting. This became amazing because not only do we have the 300 companies applying to win a Trust Award, which meant that they were interested in trust. The second thing was we had 30,000 people voting because each company wanted to win the Trust Award. So they went to all their customers, they went to all of their suppliers, they went to all of their staff and said, can you vote for us to win? So now they were spreading about the trust. So we had 30,000 people voting for the Trust Awards, joining our database. We did something very similar with the startup, what was it? Startup Battle. So we did Startup Battle about 2 or 3 years ago on at the Fast Forward event. And we said, if you're a startup and you want to apply for funding, we did this in connection with Rockstar Hubs. So Rockstar Hubs is a company that does actual investment. They're always looking for companies to invest in. They've got lots of investment partners. So they said, we'll do a startup battle with you. They had experience of doing this kind of thing. So we said, you can apply to be in the startup battle. If you've got a new company, like tell us why you should win investment, how much investment you need. And they had to fill in this whole thing. The first prize was $25,000 of prizes, including one-on-one mentoring. So we put all these prizes in, a live televised interview of Roger, $8,000 of vouchers. So now these are all people that want to win a startup, but these are all our avatars. These are all people in our Foundation Fred and even Enterprise Ella avatars. Again, we had, off the top of my head, we had about 400 applications and we had another 30,000 votes. So again, all this did was massively improve our community building. So competitions in this way, where it's a competition to win an award rather than to win a prize, work really, really well. And I could see you using the Trust Awards or something like that, Rosemary, definitely.
And Michelle, look at on top, just above yours, you can see the Geo Prestige Awards. I am already launching that.
Wow.
But the thing is, I didn't launch it from my company, but I launched it from the Geo Information Association.
Yeah.
So that's what I keep on doing. I keep on giving my ideas away. So I'm going to stop doing that. I should have done it from my.
It's okay to share your ideas, but you definitely want to have. And I would have the Dutch Trust Awards. That's what I would have, because the Trust Awards is already an established brand. I'm just trying to find where it is, because we did it in Australia and we did in the UK, and I still see people sending me emails with a badge at the bottom of the email saying Trust Award finalist or Trust Award winner. Like people are really, really proud that they won it. Let's see if we can just find the website. If not, I'll have to ask the team.
For my new avatar, wouldn't it? That would be great.
It works really well.
The Trust Award.
It looks like the whole Trust Awards got taken down. We did do it within Entrepreneurs Institute as well. So let's see if I can find it there. But you can use that brand already, because the whole point of Talent Dynamics is trust and flow, right? So the minute you've got someone who's in, you know what happened? We used the Startup Battle site on top of it. I think that's why it's gone. But if you wanted to build something like the Trust Awards, now the only challenge with something like that is whilst you're building your database massively, you've got to be really, really careful the way that you focus, how you do your sales. So something like this, you want to be sending out like a like a weekly newsletter to everyone about trust. Like, you know, his stories about the most trusted companies in Holland, and his inspiring stories about companies in Holland that have massively increased their trust and why. So anyone that's applying for a trust award is already interested in trust. They already find that. You know, you can say that the winners could win a talent dynamics workshop with you, runners up could get profile tests, things like that. So you could offer some prizes like that. And now, you know, people are interested, and you can be following up with those guys as well. So that's another way you can do that.
Cool, thanks.
Any other questions at this stage?
Yeah, Michelle, question about video, like Susie's. What do you think about someone else authentic being on the video, aka Paul Dunn?
If it's really clear that Paul Dunn is like instrumental in the whole thing and he's across there, yes. He could end up being more talking about B1G1 than he talks about the promotion, which would be a little bit of a distraction. I mean, try it and see. Try it and see.
I would give him agree with him a script.
You would, yeah. It's a little bit difficult because if you know, you're going to be sending this out to your database and your clients. So will they know who Paul Dunn is, or will they know who you are? What you could have, Jeremy, I mean, you don't have to have a video, right? Every website doesn't need to have a video, so don't feel under pressure to do a video. What you could have is you could have, like we had on the Trust Awards, which I can't bring up because it's gone. We had on the Trust Awards, we had Stephen Covey had a quote saying why people should enter the Trust Awards. So I asked Stephen Covey, who wrote The Speed of Trust, right? Like the top trust guru in the whole world. We were partnering with him at the time, and he was speaking at the Trust Conference. And I said, do you think people should apply for Trust Awards? He's like, 100%. I said, could we use this? And I sent him a little script, which was, this is why I think you should enter the Trust Awards. You know, we love what the guys at Talent Dynamics are doing. You know, trust is vitally important. If you think that it's important, you should apply and get your business showcased. And I wrote a recommendation from him as to why someone should do that. So you could definitely have a recommendation from Paul as to why people should work with you.
Yes. And
I'd be nervous about him doing a video.
We could even have a version if we were going to the B1G1 community as one of our channels.
Then I would definitely have Paul do a video on that one because they all know him.
Version of the landing page with Paul on it.
Yeah, so that becomes a partner landing page.
Yeah.
Yeah, particularly I think with what he was doing with Accountants for Good, when accountants are likely to be our partners in this, other accountants. So we've got a fairly strong partner pathway, so maybe that's something that we could look at there. But I think it's a different landing page to what we're trying to do for this first launch. I think this first launch is really about a different thing. That's more a partner pathway launch.
Yeah, just get something from Paul, you know, because his bio looks very good on your website. You know, saying that you guys are trusted partners of B1G1 and how awesome, you know, how excited he is to partner with you on this, and you know how much difference you've already made. Like you could definitely have that on there.
Well, we sold him a child, so you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're all buying your children off you, so that's good. Okay, any other questions before I move on? Okay, I'm going to move on then. So that's kind of like on the landing page side. So have a think about what's going to be the kind of key messages on your landing page. And what I would love to see is by next week, your landing page examples. If you've already got it in a mock-up, that'd be great. If you've only just got it in sort of copy format, that will work as well. We'll just have a quick look at your guys. So I haven't seen, so this is the one that Jeremy and Deb sent me through. So just from what I've shared, guys, before I even go through this, like, what are your thoughts on what you've put together from like how I've shared my thoughts?
We need a pretty picture at the top.
Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't put the images in because I just was looking at the copy of it because I know that Thursday is Michelle's copy day. So it was more just, we modeled it. I basically modeled it off of the landing page for Crystal Circle.
Okay.
So, but it's not really
Which one's that?
Promotion. Well, if you look at Crystal Circle, you'll see the landing page there. So
Conference or Crystal Circle of Entrepreneurs Institute?
Crystal Circle Entrepreneurs Institute. Crystal Circle. So I can see that what I would do differently is, I mean, and I had already obviously seen the Genius Apprentice program one, but I think probably what I would do differently is just really, it's really around that whole message about the promise. I think there'd be a lot more of that sort of thing that I would put in.
Yeah. So we've got the name of it, Cash Flows Platinum Program.
Yeah, I changed the name. I just didn't know how you felt about that. What
was it called before?
We said masterclass, but then when we said masterclass, it sort of sounded like an education program, and so that wasn't really.
Yeah, I like Platinum Program.
So I just thought I'd start a different twist. So
this is kind of going straight into the description of what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at something like this, it's giving you like a be something, like do something, be the change, you know, be the founding member.
Change it now that I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of wasn't. I was in that thing. Is it the
That's
main
great.
website or is it the other? I've got a couple of testimonials coming too. So we've got a testimonial coming from Jo, and she's prepared to do it on a video for us.
All right.
So I need to get what exactly is the best thing for her to be talking about as copy on the video, because it will be more compelling as a video.
Yeah. Well, there's different ways of doing testimonials. So here's some success stories that we have. Now, we kind of write these not so much about saying this is why you should come to Fast Forward, but they tell their own personal story about what they've been through. And actually, Jo did my favorite one that we've got is Jo Formosa's. But that's not the one I want. I want the video. That's the reading one. There's a video one. Maybe we haven't published the video yet. I know I've got a video on Jo. Let me see if I can find it 1 second, because it might be in my Skype chat. It's probably because we haven't yet.
I know that Darius is still putting.
I'm just looking into my Darius chat because I'm pretty sure he's given it to me and I love it. And it's a really, really cool video that he's done. But, you know, this is like proper professionally pulled together and stuff. So that the alternative is really just like pulling out the key things on the testimony, which I'll go through if I want to show you this. That's Sarah's.
He did a lot on while we were in Melbourne. So he was pulling them together then.
Can't find it. Right. Okay. So on the stories then, you definitely want to have like short. So you want it to be sort of like no more than 1 minute, really, 2 minutes maximum. Again, some people will watch it, some won't. I tend to just have on my landing pages, rather than having a video testimonial, I tend to just have like a written testimonial, but always have a real person's face. Yeah. Says like one from Stephanie. There's one from Deepa. So I'll always have like a real person so you can see that it's real. And just like, I mean, that Stephanie's is actually quite a long one. I don't usually do them that long. Deepa's is a nice short one. Deepa joined my first Partner Accelerator in September. Within 3 weeks, she'd already achieved her first target promotion numbers. Didn't say what they were, didn't need to. She'd already achieved it. Second promotion plan was then created to work on the remaining 10 weeks. Deepa's now launching an event. She said the results are now coming faster and much more stress-free for the team. So you want the testimonial to be saying the things that you say the program are going to do, that they actually do. And so for you guys, you're saying that, you know, it's going to improve your cash flow by like, you know, 100%. That we're going to, you know, make it super stress-free. We're going to make it more fun for you, the whole like managing your money. We're going to give you your time back again. So those things would be the key things I'd want to see in that testimonial. And don't have Jo look at the camera, have her looking away from the camera so it looks like she's telling somebody her story when she's doing the testimonial.
Okay.
Those would be the key things. All right. So I want to go through email copy very quickly with you guys as well. So let's take the Genius Educator certification because that's the one we've spent the most time on. So don't worry about how complicated this is. This is because I do this to a massive database, right? But I want to show you how I do this. So the first thing I do before I even start to write the copy, and I always do the email copy after I've done the website. So I make sure I'm really happy with the website and I like that. And then I basically use the email copy to drive people to the website. So I break this down into who are the different people that I want this mailer to go to. And you can think about this because you don't want to send the exact same mailer to everyone. So for example, for Rosmarin, you've got like your existing clients who know you really, really well. And then you've got cold people that don't know you so well that you want to go out to. So you want to have like a different email for those people. Or you might have somebody that's already done something with you before and now you just want to test them out. So thinking like, who would those groups be that you're mailing out to that still are within your avatar? And maybe have 2 or 3 in mind. So I have quite a few, but that's, like I said, because we have such a big database. So don't worry about the number I've got. So I did a separate mailer to people who were already attending the Educator iLab because they're interested in education. They're already going to be there. It's like 2 days before, so it's the same time. So those people were already there, and I did a special email to them, and I also did a special offer. I mailed out to people who'd segmented themselves in to say they were interested in the Genius School. So I know those people. I don't know if they're interested in being a teacher. I don't know if they're interested in an apprentice, but they already said they were interested in the Genius School. So I just said, because you're interested, you're going to get a mailer. I did one email to my consultants. They're a very, very active group. They're the people at the right level. There's that sort of orange-yellow level. They're people who've already got a certification. They're the most likely to take on a second certification. This, by the way, has been the biggest group of applications. I went out to people who were going to Wealth Dynamics Masters because the GEC runs straight after Masters. So again, if people were going to Wealth Dynamics Masters, they might want to stay on. It turned out that was the lowest group of people that applied because actually not many of them, they were like at green blue level. They weren't that interested in coming to a free, to winning a program. And also there's probably not that many educators. And then I did an email out to the warm database. And then I have this little sort of user journey. So if somebody applies from that email, what happens? Well, they go to 1.6. So there's a thank you that pops up straight away. And then they go to 1.7, which is an email that immediately comes to them after they've applied, which tells them the next steps. You want to do things immediately. So you want to have this all automated. If you haven't got it automated because you don't use Salesforce or Infusionsoft, you need to be on it. So the minute someone applies, you got to immediately send a reply to them yourself and make sure you don't leave it 2 or 3 days. If someone's applied, they're hot, they're warm, they want you to be hot back as well. So make sure you keep on top of that. Follow-up mailer then that goes out to the applicants, which is, hey, this is just a reminder, that you haven't kind of done anything. To the people that we sent those emails to that didn't open, so we track this, then we send them another email saying, hey, I noticed you didn't open your email. Because people are busy, right? And email is one of the least effective methods these days. It's not one of the least effective, that's not true. It's a lot less effective than it used to be. So less people are using email now, more people are using digital marketing, which we're going to talk about in a few weeks' time. But email is still appropriate. And if you haven't really done much with your list before, they'll probably be warmer. But our list gets a lot of emails, so we find that it's not as effective. But I go to people and say, I know she didn't open, because it's like they're so busy. And then people who did open and they clicked to the website, but they didn't apply, then I say, hey, I noticed that you opened the email and you clicked, but you didn't apply. So, here's just another reason why you should. And then I always do a last 24 hours to apply. So there's this constant stream of communication coming through to people and they're expecting it. And there's always these different things that are coming out. Then on the 14th of October, that's tomorrow, we better do that tomorrow. We announce the winner. And then we email all the applicants and the runners up. And so everyone said, we say, oh, Jim won, but you got the 15th, you got one of the 15 runners up places. So now you need to book a call. So everything has this sense of urgency. All the email copy has a sense of urgency and it's all time. So you can see everything's got the dates on it. It's all scheduled out in advance, so we know that it's going out, and it keeps that momentum. And that's the most important thing, that there's this momentum that happens all the time during your promotion. Then for those people that didn't book a call, they got their 15, one of the 15 places, but they didn't book a call. Hey, just noticed you haven't booked a call. We've already had 5 people purchase, like places are going quickly. Make sure you book a call. If they do book a call, then the Genius Igniter sends them this. So the minute they book a call, it goes into Salesforce. And it goes into Genius Igniter's diary. The Genius Igniter then sends them an email saying, hey, thanks for booking a call with me. Here's the preparation for you to do for our call. And that's the Genius Igniter checking the person's going to show up, making sure that they do a bit of preparation. If they didn't book a call, then we send them a last chance to book a call. So there's 3 times we tell them to book a call. until they eventually do. Now, those people that don't book a call, they're just not going to book a call, right? They're just not bothered. But what you can do is you can still call those people directly and say, hey, Jim, I noticed that, you applied, but you didn't book a call yet. Oh yeah, there was no times that were free. Okay, well then let's sort of time right now. What's going to work for you? And so there's still people who just don't book a call because they couldn't find a time and they can't be bothered telling you. They're just so busy. So you just never know whether people, or they might go, oh yeah, I decided it wasn't for me. That's okay, no problem. Hope you have a good day. Again, if they book a call, then we go back to 2.7. And then if they buy a place, the Genius Igniter sends them the onboarding mailer. So all this copy's in here. And you guys receive all this copy, right? It's in your email. So go through to your emails and see the kind of stuff I've been sending through to you. But I write this. So this one's the one that went out to the iLab group. I'm writing to you today. You're already booked to attend our educators iLab, and I thought you would want to know. So this first sentence has to say why you're writing to them, and it has to be something personal. So you have to talk to them personally. I'm writing to you today because you're booked to attend the educators iLab. I thought you'd want to know we have an opportunity for you. So immediately in that first sentence, because that's all people read, if they read it at all. They don't want to wait till the fourth paragraph before they find out what it is you're actually asking them to do. At this point, they either close it because they couldn't care less, or they go, oh, that's for me, I should read this. And you want the people who it's for them to read it, right? So it's always good to segment your database. And with every promotion, you can get better at segmenting your database because you'll learn more about each client. And the people who come onto this program that you're going to do in this quarter, they're now special VIP clients. So now you segment them as VIP clients. That's it, right? They're now your new VIPs. And they get a special pre-launch to your next program, and they get a special price. And you write to them and say, I'm writing to you because you're a VIP client. So every opportunity, try and segment. But that first sentence is telling me exactly what this action is going to be. And I think this could be ideal for you. Now I'm kind of I'm not copying what's on the website, but I'm taking some of the messaging. So this is a bit about the problem. If you believe like us that the education system's outdated and it doesn't provide fully personalized pathway, then you can help to change this by joining the education revolution. Oh, what's this? Oh, click here to win a full scholarship. So again, I'm giving them that action. So within the third paragraph, I'm telling them to go do something. Now I'm telling them that it's compelling. There's only 10 days. It closes on October the 13th. So you better hurry up. And here's what you could win. So again, I'm not just repeating what's on the website. I'm changing the wording slightly. I'm making it shorter. What is it? Yes?
This is before they see the website, is it?
This is the email that invites them to open the website. If they read this and go, this looks interesting, they'll click to my landing page. If this isn't interesting, they won't even go to my landing page. So this is really crucial to get right, but you do this after you've written your landing page. So get your landing page that's really right, that we like the words on it, we like the messaging, then you want to craft your email message. So I'm just giving you both this information at the same time so you can build this into your process for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that it's designed for all different types of people. So I'm saying if you're a principal, a teacher, a homeschool, a parent, a resource developer, or someone, then you should apply. So I'm telling you, you should apply if you're that person. Click here to apply. And then some more information again. So for some of my Tempo Steel friends, they'll now be reading through this whole email. They'll be wanting all the information. Some people have already applied. Some people have already deleted it. Some people are still reading. So remember, you've got those 4 geniuses that you're wanting to reach out to. You'll get fully accredited. You'll get your micro degree. This is what you'll learn. It's going to help you to earn $330,000. Right now, it's speaking to yellow level people. I want to earn that money. That's good. That's an extra revenue for me this year. Are you ready to do this? Click here. And I always send it from Roger. I don't send it from me because everyone knows who Roger is. Some promotions I send from me, but that's really only to partners because the partners all know who I am. But if this is going out to my database, I'll send it from Roger. And so on and so forth. So thinking about that, but get your landing page done first and then think about how you want to segment it. And if you don't have any list to segment, that's okay. Just send it to the people that you do know at this time. But make sure you're giving your existing clients a better deal than everyone else. So your VIP clients, the people who have already worked with you before, go to them and say, I'm coming to you first because you're awesome. Let me give you an example of that one. I think I did that with the consultants. Oh, I did it with this group. So these are the people that actually ticked they wanted to be segmented into Genius School. And I actually wrote in here, I'm really excited to be inviting you ahead of our global launch in a few days' time. So I told them that they're getting early notice ahead of everyone else. And it's like, wow, I got the first chance to get first dibs. And when you're selling something and you do a pre-launch to your top clients and say, I'm coming to you because you're my VIP clients, and I'd love to give you this offer to be part of this before I go out to anyone else. I'm giving you 5 days to make a decision and book a call with me. Also, if you do, you're getting an extra voucher, which is making it better than everyone else's deal. You know, everyone else is paying $5,000. You'll be paying $3,000 because you're one of my favorite clients. I'm holding 5 places for my VIP clients. So if this is of interest for you, book a call with me this week. and we'll go through this. By the way, I'm going to show you on one of the calls in a few weeks' time how to be a Genius Igniter. So I'm going to talk you through all of this. Don't worry, it's coming soon. But today I just want to focus on getting the landing page up and running.
Michelle, who do I send it to if I don't have a database already?
Yeah, if you don't have a database, you can't send it out to anyone. We have to build you a database.
Okay.
We have to be, yeah, because otherwise you're going to send it to yourself.
Will you be going
Unless you've got some partners. If you've got some partners, you can write some copy for them, and you have to, whenever you're using partners, you always have to write the copy for the partners, but write it as if it's coming from them, not from you.
So I could work with Paul Dunn on that.
You totally could, yeah. Paul's awesome at copywriting as well. So,
and he's good because he's into giving business, isn't he? Which is very.
Paul's awesome. If you're signed up to his lifetime membership, he'll actually give you direct coaching and mentoring on your copy, and he's an awesome copywriter.
Okay, great. Yes, I am with him. Okay.
But get your landing page done first. Get that messaging really, really clear, really clear on your avatar, and then it'll be super easy for him to just go, oh, I can put the copy together from there.
Lovely. Very good.
All right. Okay, final thing I wanted to go through today, and then I'm going to just go back to the questions, is your flight deck. So on our preparation document here, you'll notice there's a couple of, let me just move your faces. I can't do it. Help. Why won't your faces move? There we go. Oh, no. Move over there. There we go. Right. No, come on. Zoom's so frustrating. Right, I think, there we go. Right, so down here, you're going to see October, November, December for the quick thinking amongst you. Oh, what's this, we say? Okay, this is your flight deck. You are going to fill in your flight deck this week based on your promotion, based on your best thinking to date. And we are going to use this every week now. We're going to come to this to say, did you hit your numbers or not? So think very carefully. But you need the total between October, November, and December to come back to your total, unless you're Vicky and you're doing your promotion over 6 months. So Vicky, you definitely want to put some, I want to see some revenue in this quarter, but you don't have to have all yours in here. But for everyone else who's looking to make all your revenue in this quarter, I want to see your targets. You can put it in your own currency. So the currency doesn't matter. I just want to see your number. So, for example, Jeremy, if you want to sell one place next week, then you're just going to put in the $5,000 for next week. And that's the one place. Okay. So you don't put in one program, you put in the total revenue number. You put in the full revenue number, which is the invoiced amount. So you don't go, oh, I'm only going to, so Sarge, you don't go, oh, it's 997, but I'm going to let them pay 97 each month. You don't put the 97, you put the 997, because it's the amount that you invoice for, which is the full amount, even though they're going to be paying over installments. So you'll notice below, there's a second line, which is collections. So orders and collections. Orders is the invoiced amount. That's the total amount of the program, which means that we've sold one program at 997. The collection is how much they've actually paid right now. So they may have only paid a 1 month installment or a 3 month installment or a deposit. You put the actual amount that you've collected. So we can see in here, and this is your targets. I want to see a target for both your orders and your collections. So we can see not only the invoiced amount, but also the revenue that's going to hit your bank account this quarter as well. So you've got a week to fill in your October, November, December numbers and to do your landing page. And we will start tracking this on a weekly basis. And it's okay if you need to change your numbers as we're going, but I want you to put in your best thinking right now. So what's the period of time you're going to open up for sales? And you don't want to be doing dribs and drabs. I don't want to see one sale every week over the quarter. I want to see like this focused, like 3 or 4 weeks where you're making pretty much all of your sales, and you can make a couple of dribs and drabs before and a couple of dribs and drabs afterwards, but like a real focused time where you're going to make those sales. All right, let's come back to the questions now and just see if I've covered everything. So we had Jeremy and Deb said landing page, learning feedback. We've talked about that. The offer, we've talked about that. What to put in testimonials and examples, we've talked about that as well. Okay. Vicky said how to market a completely new product. So this is about you building a new community as opposed to how do you market a completely new product, because I think we've covered how do you market a new product today. Every promotion is always a new product, so it's about having that really compelling offer. But yours is actually, the question I would say is how do you actually build a new community? And that's going to be, we're definitely going to want a Genius U Circle. We're definitely going to want to do some webinars. We're definitely going to want to do some events where you're actually creating some attraction and building your own community as well. But I would definitely have a circle set up.
I need help because I'm coming out as an accumulator in my profile on Genius U, and I don't know why that is because I'm actually a creator.
All right, we'll drop a line to Tracy. She can help you with that. That's super easy because that's on the technical side. And Tracy can also help you. If any of you are struggling on how do you create circles or do anything, Tracy's awesome at that. So book in. Tracy does like every fortnight, she does webinars on how to do all that stuff. So just book in with her, or if you've got a question, you can ask her personally and she can help you as well. how to work out my pricing so it's attractive and we're still getting paid. Do you think there's a problem with your pricing?
I need to do more research on that. I just need to work out how much it's going to cost. I'm thinking what I need to do is work with someone who does tours already.
Yes.
And then,
well, Danny's good at that. Danny, who looks after all the Crystal Circle clients, he actually has a travel company. So definitely have a chat with him about the best way of doing that.
Company.
He does, yeah. And he like helps us with travel as well. So he tends to do sort of more high-end stuff, but say to him, how do I do this in a way that I really make money? And he'll show you how to work that out.
Okay, well, ours is quite high-end, so
yeah.
That should
but I think your price point's okay. I think $6,000 is high-end, but it's attractive for that actual trip that you're doing.
Yeah, okay.
How to get clients as a startup performance consultancy. What does that mean?
Well, I think that what you've been saying to Rosemary is helping because she's working on building her performance consultancy business, so her talent dynamics business. So I'm getting some. I mean, it was just thinking that could be a way of getting clients for Great Big Adventures.
It could, yeah. I think maybe having 2 landing pages, one which is for the client who then wins the Great Big Adventure, and one for the Great Big Adventure who wins the, and see which one creates the most flow, because at the moment we don't know. The beautiful thing about a promotion plan is it creates predictability. The minute we learn that when we did it this way we got 5, and when we did it this way we only got 1, we've now got some predictability. That works better than this, right? So everything you're doing is earning or learning, and we're testing out things and saying, does that work? Does it not work? How do we tweak it to make it better? And you're coming to each week and you're going to go, Michelle, I didn't hear any of my numbers, and this is what I did. And I'm going to go, oh, well, I can see why that didn't work because of this, this, and this. So let's try it this way instead. Okay. But I think we could try both ways.
Okay. Also, I need to put together a talk, my Great Big Property Adventure, and then I can go and start giving that at PIN, because I've already been asked by 2 PIN hosts to do that. Yeah. And then work with Martin and Sarah in theirs to get clients from their clients.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's groovy. They'd be good partners. Okay. Rosmarian is saying, how many of my existing clients do you think I should give a free TD token and debrief? Well, how many do you want to do that for? Have you got that in your promotion?
No, I haven't yet.
What do you think?
So you mean how many programs I would sell, or?
Yeah, like what's your thoughts on from the people who take the profile test into selling them into, like how many do you think debriefs you're going to need to do for someone to then buy a taster session?
I don't know yet. Maybe it's just.
If you had an estimate, so we've got to start somewhere with an estimate, because we've got to say, here's my best thinking of what my estimate would be. Then we're going to earn or learn. We're going to test that and say, is your thinking correct? Like, how many people, like, let's take your existing database of clients. If you went to them and did a debrief, how many of them do you think would go, that's awesome, I'm going to book a taster session?
I can think of quite a few people that I will convince to do the program.
But if you did a profile debrief with somebody and they went, wow, I'll buy a taster session, how many do you think? Like, do you think like 1 in every 2, 1 in every 4, 1 in every 8?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know.
What would you like that number to be? So we're going to start somewhere. We're going to start with an estimate and see if it works.
I have these people in mind that I will, it will be easy to sell it to. But if I look at the whole database, I don't know.
Okay, so let's just do this then. All right, how much time have you got to do debriefs?
A day a week.
All right, so how many debriefs can you do in a week?
8, 6.
You can do 8, all right. And how many weeks do you want to run the debriefs for?
Let me see what I put down in my deck. I can't find it so quickly. 4
Can
weeks?
you do it over 4 weeks? 4 weeks. All right. So we've got 8, 16, 20. So we're going to do 32 debriefs. All right. How many of those are going to be to existing clients and how many to new clients of that 32?
last time we said one. We said 10,000 to new clients and 20,000 to existing clients. So it's
how many debriefs do you want to do with your old clients? So we've got 32. How many do you want to give to your old clients and how many to your new clients?
20 to my old clients and 12 to new.
All right. Okay. So of those 20, so these are your old clients. These are people who know you and trust you. When you do 20 debriefs, how many of those 20 do you think will then book for a taster session?
Quite a few, I think.
You think quite a few? All right. What's the number you think?
12.
You think 12? So over 50%. So we're going for 60%. That feels about right to me. All right. And that's to a taster session.
Yeah.
And then from the 12, how many do you think will book for a program?
In Q4, 4, I think.
I think 4. Okay. Which is, we take 4 divided by the 20 as opposed to the, actually, let's do it by the 12. 4 divided by the 12. So that's like, what, 12%? Is that right? 4 divided by 12? 33%. 33%. 33% to program. Okay, so what's the revenue you generate from this? So from the taster session, it's how much? Is it 1,000?
Yes, 1,000, yes.
So that's 12,000. And your program is how much?
4,500.
Okay, so that's 4 times 4,500 is 18,000. All right, so we're going to make 18, 19, 20, 30,000 from the old clients.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so the new clients. So 12 people are going to do a debrief. These people don't know you. They've not got so much trust with you. What do you think? How many will book a taster session from the 12?
I would be happy with 3.
3. So that's going to be 25%, right?
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Okay, so times that by 1,000 equals 3,000. And how many of the 3 would book to a program?
1.
Okay, that's 30. Well, that's okay. That's 33% because now they've had an experience of you. And that's probably quite likely. Times 4,500 equals 4,500. So now we're going to make 4, 5, 6, 7,500. So now we're making 37,500 in total. What was your target you wanted to make?
33.
All right. So these are your numbers.
Yes.
Now, what you see straight away when you do this exercise, and you all can do this, right, is that it's, you know, when we talk about going to old clients, obviously that's the quickest, easiest way to make revenue because they trust you, but you want to break into some new clients as well. So you start to increase your community. But now you can see it's better to invest more time in your old clients because that's going to, and to do them first, because that's going to get the revenue in straight away and get the bookings. And then to go to the new clients and say, hey, we've already got 6 companies booked in. I've only got 3 more spaces. So you guys better like make a decision. But now you now know that you need to do 32 debriefs in order to do that. So can you give away 32 profiles for free in order to make $37,000?
Yes, of course.
That's your number. That's how you do it. Have you got those numbers? Because I'm not going to save this. Or do you want me to post that?
Yes.
Got them. All right, groovy. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very helpful.
It was a good question. Yeah, it's a good thing to go through. And that was just from saying how many free tokens should I give away?
Yes.
What's the best place to find my potential head of HR clients? Facebook marketing. I think the Trust Awards would be really cool, especially for the cold ones.
Sorry?
I think the Trust Awards would be a really good place to do it. You could actually have head of HR, who's the most trusted head of HR. That could be one of your target markets. And you can say, hey, nominate someone in at your company that you think is a really trusted head of HR.
Yes.
And definitely ask them for contacts as well. And also like places where HR managers are hanging out, you know, like the CIPD conferences, like definitely like have a speaking slot at the CIPD conference. Or if you have something similar to that in Holland, you know, HR conferences, HR networking events, I definitely get along to those and get your face really known. LinkedIn's a great place. Get yourself joined in on lots of HR manager LinkedIn groups. Definitely join all the Dutch ones for sure. And start answering questions and start focusing on trust in those groups as well.
Great.
Number 3, I should not publish a taster session, map your team on my website, or should I? Yeah, we answered that. I think you should. All right.
Yeah. Okay,
Sarge, looks like you just put a question in there as well. Let me come up to you. Oh, you've put a couple of questions in. Thinking of running the competition format, what do you reckon? Good idea. I think 100% you should run the competition. Tempted to have a competition for 30 spaces at 997, like the landing page you showed for this quarter. Am I getting too excited or should I leave it at 10 spaces? You could do it for 30, but then basically everyone's getting it for the lower price. What you could do is you could say 10 people are going to win it for 500. Like you could make it really, really compelling. And then, or 5 people. So you can have like, you decide the numbers of runners-ups you want to do for that price. That's going to help you hit that revenue. But I think like initially you only had 10 at 997 was your target. So don't start changing your targets just because you're getting excited. You said you were happy with your £10,000. So stick with your £10,000, make that this quarter. Let me just show you how to make that 10,000. Then next month you can double it and go for 20,000. Because once you've got the rudimentals and the fundamentals, you can put any 0 on the end. You just keep, each time you put a 0, you just get a little bit more macro detail you need to have. If paying installments, can I still access tokens, as I was thinking of using them as part of my compelling offer? You can only get the tokens once you paid in full for your flow consultant. But you can go ahead and buy them as a reseller at the same price at $50. So if you want to use them, you can just buy them like as you're selling places in. So either way will work. All right, I've done really well. I'm only 5 minutes over today. So, and that's because there was only 4 of you on the call. So good job, we didn't have everyone on. I'm going to get better with my time management, I promise. I just get super excited about going into all the details. So let's hear from everyone what's been your biggest takeaway from today's call and your key action point for this next week. And we'll start with Saj. You're on mute.
Right, so much. I mean, amazing, really.
Great.
Being careful of your avatars as you attract them, which is kind of scary. The importance of like, I mean, that's pretty cool. The importance of problem, solution, compelling offer, and differentiating between them, especially solution, compelling offer. How to do landing pages and emails, and the power of competition was like the mind-blowing one. I mean, that just made it so clear. Like, why not?
Yeah. I think your 500 people are going to love a competition.
And also the FaceTime webinar thing. I'm gonna knock on it every day, I'm thinking.
Awesome. Good action points. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Vicky, biggest takeaway today and action point for this week.
Wow. Massive learning today. I think when we got to the the marketing plan bit at the bottom and actually realizing how I can start to market, who to market to, my partners, and ways of doing that. So that went from being, oh my God, I haven't got a clue what to do, to having some steps. So that was very, very good.
Great.
And now I've got to, oh goodness, loads of things to do my landing page, my flight deck, work on the slides still. So there we go, loads of stuff to do. Thank you.
Cool. Awesome. Don't worry, guys, if you're not going. Tracy posts it in the Facebook group, so she'll download it today and post it. Okay. We had problems with her internet last week and she couldn't do it, and then it was Monday, so I'm gonna try and get it done this afternoon, so we'll post it so you've got it so you can listen to it. And don't worry, because don't forget, I'm moving at super duper pace, because I'm like just going like how I would run this 13-week promotion. If you're not 100% catching up with me, it's okay. Do your best to stay up with me. If not, at least know what your actions are each week that you're going to put in place. But if you come next week with your landing page, I'll give you feedback next week on your landing page. So that's kind of like, and then after that, if I get time, I'll do it. But basically next week will be the key time I give feedback on the landing page. Okay. Deb and Jeremy. You guys are on mute.
For me, getting clarity over the difference in landing page and email copy, but clarity in identifying that it's a green-blue promotion, and not, so really guiding the copy basis on that, rather than the difference in copy.
What you're excited about.
Exactly.
It was actually super helpful to see both of those side by side, to actually look at the differences between them. That was really super helpful.
Yeah, and
cool.
Action's excited to fill in the flight deck and to really actually work on those different funnels and how we're going to address the landing page and the copy to them. But one actually question that I've got is in terms of email copy, like a fair chunk of our database is not email, but we might have direct Facebook or Twitter connections with. Okay. It's not very efficient, but can we use the same kind of copy and like a direct?
No, not in a Facebook message. Facebook message is personal. Hey, John, I've got this awesome new thing I think you'd be really interested in. I'd love to catch up with you if you've got 10 minutes. Are you free next week on Tuesday? Personal. A bit like I've done with the GEC people. I've just reached out to them and said, hey, you know, I really think you should be doing this program. I thought of you because I saw you'd applied and I really want you to get for. So it was personal, and people respond very well because it's a personal invite. It's like, wow, you've reached out to me because you think that they're like that. You know, come in for coffee or something like that. Make it personal.
Okay.
And I think for us too, when I'm looking at that, is that we're really looking at onboarding green team people to do sales and stuff very quickly. So I guess that for us, that's kind of my approach would be, who do I look at in that capacity, and how do I actually get those partners on board really quickly? So that's something that's ticking along in the back of my head, is how do I get partners on who are going to be excited by this as a prospect? So
yeah,
kind of, yeah, just there behind it. So it's kind of just starting and launching in a completely different, pivoting from being a geography-based business to a global-based business.
Yeah,
is the interesting thing for us at the moment.
And on the week when I do the Genius Igniter training, I can't remember when it is, but it'll come up soon. It's in the next few weeks. Get them on to listen as well.
Yeah,
okay,
cool. Because I've got a couple of Genius Igniters that do the stuff for me for city circles, and I'm catching up with them during the next week anyway. So
all right, awesome.
Yeah,
cool. All right, good job. You guys can have a glass of wine. Rosemary.
Well, biggest learning is definitely the conversion. I know the how it works, but I
hadn't done it.
It's helpful. I'll be working on my 2 landing pages for my 2 avatars on my flight desk, trust award research, and some more research on my new avatar. And I think I'm going to start calling clients already, but I'm not sure if I need to have my landing page.
No, you don't. You can call your existing clients already and say, guys, I'm about to launch this amazing program. Like, you know, I'm going to be going out to people who don't even know what we do because I'm looking for new clients, but I want to come to you first before I even do that. Do you want me to come in and have a coffee and have a chat and tell you about it? Yep, I can come in on Tuesday. That's how they work with you. They know you, they trust you. They're more interested in what you're telling them than reading your landing page. If you've got a landing page, definitely send it to them and say, hey, here's a new program. But I would just already start making sales to your new clients.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
I would.
That's
awesome. Good job. All right. Excited. All right. It's 11:11. That's a good time to finish. All right, you guys. I'll see you all next week, and we'll be going through your landing pages. All right. Ciao for now. Bye.